Okay, come on, mix.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Boy, y'all know what time it is.
You're good at that.
You know what time it is.
Who
When
said
this
that?
episode drop, Gemini season in full effect. Shout out to Nicki and Davell.
Wow.
Shout out to all those great musical artists that happen to be Geminis. I'm just saying.
Those some goats too. Those are all goats.
Hey, if any sign wants to match us up from a song, from a Gemini perspective,
They don't want that.
y'all all losing.
They don't want that.
You don't want to do that.
All losing.
Y'all don't want to do that.
I want all the smoke. All smoke.
Who the Scorpios got? Just Drake?
Please.
Drizzy?
Relax.
October's very own.
Relax.
And we got everybody else.
Man, we got, starting five, man. It's Drake,
That's a strong. That's
Diddy,
A strong.
Future, me, and I can't remember the next one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Kwame
We
Brown.
can go. We can go Biggie, Tupac, Lauryn Hill, Kanye, Kendrick. Who else do we got that I couldn't even name new artists that we don't even mess with? Trippie Redd, Kodak.
Dang, y'all army, yeah. They be knowing.
Say we are army.
We lit.
Hey,
We lit.
them
baby.
Geminis ain't
They got
that.
a Gemini
Ice Cube.
newsletter.
Ice
Man,
Cube.
I guess so.
Ice Cube Prince is a Gemini.
I know
Like,
all these
sheesh.
Geminis.
I'm
Y'all
just
get a
saying.
newsletter every month.
I'm just saying. You know, real recognize the real. We know the personality types.
Gemini Weekly.
We know the personality type.
Hey,
Just saying.
Scorpio
Just saying.
Juniors. That's what y'all is. Scorpio Junior.
Y'all want to be us so bad.
Nah,
It's
y'all really
okay.
want to be us. Y'all want to be
I'm
deep.
a sip my wine.
Y'all want to be just like us, man. It's alright.
Says nobody. Nah, but welcome back to another episode of the Say Less podcast. We got the game back together today, boy. I go by the name of Young Nice, aka Nike 2 Wavy.
Ladies first.
I go by the name of Kai Diamond. You may have heard my voice before. I think I used to be on this pod, you know? I'm back. I'm here today.
Talk your stuff.
And I'm here to pod today. You know what I mean? I
Ooh.
kind of miss this mic. I kind of miss this atmosphere.
She said her mic sound nice.
So-
Check one.
We here.
Yeah.
We here. What's
Yeah,
up,
man.
y'all?
Yeah, man, we not even going. You know, I gotta give a shout out to Dom too, because we not just gonna skate by like Dom, just just anybody. Like she just anybody. Just no. Shout out to Dom, the only Dom, man. But I am your boy, Young Vale, swear to God, you know the vibes. Come on.
Yeah, man. It's dark skin Jermaine, aka Dad Bod. You know, Peanut here again.
Man, and shout out to Peanut and Nike holding it down last week. You know.
Hey, man.
But as I was riding around, my phone kept going crazy. Like it was like I don't know what it was,
This
but my
guy.
phone going crazy. Like I check it, it's Will Smith. Will Smith hit me up talking about, hey bro, loving the pod, everything been great. But what's up with Peanut? What's up with your guy Peanut? What's going on? Like he trying to claim he started dad bods, and all this stuff. So I had to squash that stuff. But
Squash the beef.
yeah, I went ahead and squashed it.
Hey,
Appreciate
he
that.
want to have a worse body than me, man. It's okay. he can never do that. He can never do that.
Nah, man, the Twitter feed was going crazy.
Yeah, man.
Going crazy.
Hey, what's up, Don, man? Welcome back.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you.
man.
Thank you.
Hey, we've missed you over here, man.
Yes, welcome back.
Appreciate it. I feel the love. Yeah, we got wine now. Nike is an awesome DJ. Like, it's a different vibe. I
Boy.
mean, I can see it's like looking in the mirror with this
Boy,
camera over
Android's
here.
cameras is different.
The lighting is perfect.
Yeah, man.
The budget went up. What happened?
Budget went up.
Hey,
All my
We don't gotta pay you no more, so we use the budget to
all
get this stuff.
all Don proceeds went to camera and lighting
hey, now,
and alcohol.
hey, the wealth is to be shared, huh? The wealth is to be shared.
We'll see.
Yeah. As you can see, Diamond's salary was a little bit too high, cut into our fund. So when she left,
They had to pay for hair and makeup.
Yeah, man.
So, they took the hair and makeup budget and they got some better lighting.
Exactly. We had to do what we had to do, man. Yeah, no, but it's good to have you back for this episode, Dom.
Always.
Like literally, I was tired of being the only girl having to defend us. So, yeah.
I defended y'all too.
Nah, not in the Kevin episode. You was kind of on Kevin's side.
A little bit.
You spineless men here.
Kinda.
Boy,
You spineless men.
they was letting us have it, man.
Nah, man. But how was y'all week?
Man, I was a bottle boy.
Man, I
I
seen
seen
it.
a video.
Yeah. So, I honestly, y'all
Talking
know,
about episode.
y'all know I be coming up with great ideas for like first I had the strippers and the reading, like the stripper
strippers,
library. Now I'm coming to y'all again one more time, hitting you another one. Year after year, I'm gonna keep hitting y'all.
No
with this.
DJ Khaled.
Listen to this, Bottle Boys. Now, hear me out on this. Like, immediately, you know, when you think of that, you think of bottle girls. You think of just picture right now in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
You just bought a bottle. They do the little thing. Oh, shout out to them over there. The bottle's coming. The bottle's coming. You know, everything is lit. Everything is lit except for the bottle girls. The bottle girls, what are they doing? Straight faced.
Because they tired. They tired.
Yeah, I know they've been through a lot. Shout out to the bottle girls. I'm not here to shame y'all, but the bottle boys we coming up. It ain't no disrespect. It's no beef. But you know what's gonna happen when the bottle boys come, right?
What's gonna happen?
The bottle boys gonna be.
Hydraulics.
We gonna be.
He gonna be stepping like a capper.
Boy, we gonna get y'all lit. So just think about it. Imagine having bottle boys come up to your section, getting y'all lit, dancing with y'all, intermingling with y'all, saying what's going on. You know, it would bring you to a whole nother level. You're already gonna be hyped from the music, the explosions.
That's
the
what
DJ
Ross
drops.
tried to do with the Bel Air boys.
Black Bottle Boys.
It's a good idea, but it just need the right execution. It need the right feet on the ground. It need the right boots.
They were serving bottles at Wingstop. It didn't work out for them.
It didn't work out.
It didn't work out.
I bet you it would have worked in Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
For sure.
I'm
yeah.
For sure.
Bottles and Wingstop? Come on, say less. I'm there.
Oh, Wingstop would be the spot every Friday night. Come to Wingstop.
I'm there.
Got the we should franchise a Wingstop and have it where Friday nights we play music and everything. We had the Black Bottle Boys, DJs, and
Hey,
we just ran into something.
Come on.
Ran into something.
I'll share my idea. Wealth is to be shared. I'll share it.
Hey,
Come on now.
let us
He'll
get
give
it.
you half of the IP.
Hey, there you go. There you go, man.
We're gonna use a PPP loan,
Hey, man.
and we're gonna get this Wingstop popping.
We're going to have the stripper library also?
The strippathon, readathon. We're gonna have a stripper readathon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just making sure.
Yeah, man.
I don't want that to get lost in the shuffle
Yeah,
because I still think that's gold.
we gotta make sure we do that on Saturday, so on Sunday we can repent.
I'm here for that.
Yeah.
You should call your stripper
Nah,
library in
niggas
the
is
choir room.
Strippathon Saturdays.
The niggas is gonna be at day parties on Sundays. They ain't repenting. They ain't repenting. That ain't happening.
That's fair. That's fair. How was y'all week though? How y'all been?
It was cool. It was cool.
I don't know. I don't think I did anything special this week.
Same.
Yeah, it was my anniversary, so I did something. It was low key, man. You know what I'm saying? Went out to eat. You know.
Shout out to Black
Yeah,
Love.
yeah, man.
For sure.
Black Love, shout out to Pina. Happy anniversary.
Yeah.
Man,
Happy
thank y'all.
anniversary.
Thank y'all. Spend some time with the wife, the family. You know, the little one. Yeah, man. So it was cool.
Yeah,
That's what's
it
up.
seemed like everybody had a little. I mean, the last time I was on the show, Nike had just left for a little celebration as well.
Boy, I was in the sunken place.
Yeah.
I made it though.
Yeah, I watched the last episode. You didn't make Savannah sound fun at all.
At all, it makes it.
Bro,
I
I'm
enjoyed
telling
it,
y'all.
but it don't sound like a place I need to be.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go for like to learn more about like the Black history and stuff like that, I think Savannah is cool.
Never.
But
She didn't make it sound fun at all, did she?
yeah, it's just it's not a place. It's not what I thought it was gonna be.
Hey, you know what? You know what happened though? Today I was driving in my truck and I seen a house with a red door. I said, I bet it's black people that live there.
Made you want to go knock and see.
Hey, brother, have you heard the history of the red door, brother?
Boy, and most people don't know because I was like, what? I was shocked. I was thinking it was the blood of Jesus. That's why they was painting the door red.
Yeah.
Nah, it's because of black ownership.
Yeah,
but they said Jesus is black, so hey, if the shoe fits.
Okay. All right.
If the sandal fit.
Oh yeah, the Spartan sandals. Yeah, they fit.
What about you, Don? How your week been?
My week was pretty good. I didn't see my mother on Mother's Day, so I did go to Oklahoma this past weekend.
Shout out to Oklahoma.
Yeah, I delivered my Mother's Day gifts, and that was it. Honestly, just been chilling, working from. I've come to the fact that I'll be working from home for probably ever. So I finally bought a desktop.
Yeah.
So, because I was tired of.
No, you bought an actual desktop computer?
Yeah, I was tired of. I just bought a monitor. I'm hooking my laptop up to it.
Oh, okay.
I was tired of staring at that 13-inch screen.
Man,
You lasted a long time.
I did, and my back is paying for it. So I was like, I need to sit at a desk.
feel like a lot of people gonna keep working from home. I feel like a lot of companies got their eyes open that you can do the work from home. That's what's crazy.
It's cheaper on them.
My boss sent us an email. You can tell the energy in the email. It was like, any of y'all want to come back to the office?
Yeah, nobody coming back there.
No,
man.
okay. No, okay. I'll just send that to the higher ups. Nobody wants to come back. Got it.
Yeah, man.
So you didn't want to go back?
Who would?
Nobody would.
I complain about working from home because of boredom, but I think that I would complain about being back at work also. So
Fair.
Yeah, y'all know they say that people are quitting their jobs
because they got to go back to the
because
office.
they got to go back to the office.
Oh,
yeah.
damn.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna find that remote work.
Yeah, unemployment is on the rise again.
Again?
Yeah.
Shut up.
I think it's a good excuse to people are still scared of taking public transportation. People are scared that their coworkers are not vaccinated, and really your bosses and stuff can't do anything about you feeling uncomfortable. People, because my job, we took like this huge survey. There's people that live with like their moms and elderly women, people with newborn babies. So at this point, it's gonna be on a suggestive basis if you feel comfortable enough to go back to work, but they can't force everybody to go back.
What was life before we got to work from home, man? Well, I'm sorry, Nike, but you know what was life before?
Yeah, 'cause I about to say I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what life was like. It's been the same for me.
I am not gonna lie. That's the greatest shit ever, bro. That shit, I get so much freedom, and I thank God, but I get freedom, bro. And that shit is amazing.
Damn.
I, at some point, had so much freedom, and I know this is boring work talk, but like, I had to tell myself that it was okay to be busy at work because I felt like I wasn't getting enough done in the day. Like, I sat at this computer all day. I didn't go work out. I didn't cook. I could have cleaned the house. But then you have to realize if you were in the office, you'd have been working from 8:30 to 5:30 without the ability to do those things.
Yeah.
So I actually had to tell myself that, like...
It's a different mindset.
Hey, did you ever get to the point that all your days was rolling together?
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Oh, that happens to me all the time.
Shit.
And I'm in the office.
I don't know what today is.
I got to the point where it was like Memorial Day or something, and I still tried to log in. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm off.
Hey, no, low-key, the only days that I know is Tuesday. And that's just because we record this podcast. Like, if we did not record the podcast on Tuesday and it's not in the back of my head, like, I think actually all my like, coworkers and stuff know that, like, no, I got to get to the house. It's Tuesday. It's the like, you recording your podcast. Like, they remind me sometimes. But that's the only day I have, like, installed in my head. But
I didn't know it was Mother's Day until that Friday. I was like, Mother's Day was coming. I was like, oh,
see, real. And I tried to tell you on the podcast.
Real
I
talk?
told you the Tuesday before.
I ain't believe you.
Crazy.
Crazy.
I ain't believe
Y'all
That's
know.
a lie.
Y'all know I seen this real quick, but y'all know Have y'all ever seen lightning hit the ground?
No,
No, I haven't seen it physically. No.
I almost got struck by lightning one time before though. I'm so fucking scared of lightning. Yeah, bro. I do not.
Like
fuck
so,
with that shit.
so it was like
I don't fuck with
it
that
was
shit
like
at
next
all.
to you or something. Like,
Bro, I was in high school. My mama told me to go outside one time. It was like, hey, it was a little yard. It was like a sign in the yard, like some houses down or something. I was on the phone. My mom was like, go get that number off that sign down like a couple houses down. I was like, all right, bet. And I had the phone. I was on the So I walked outside and I swear to God, light was like boom, came down right in front of, like I had the phone in my hand. That shit was right there. It didn't hit me, but ever since
Bro,
then,
that's
ever since then,
that's traumatizing.
Bro, yeah, that is crazy. Yeah, because
I do not fuck with that shit.
Yeah, because today is the first time I've ever seen lightning hit the ground. And I don't know what I was thinking. I was telling Dom on the way over here, but when it hit the ground, I guess I was just expecting, it's just light, just light, and it's just boom. But no, that shit was like an explosion on the ground.
It makes a mark.
It said boom, like the gravel flew up in the air, like poof. I was like, bruh, if that would have hit me, bro, if that would have hit me, I would.
Lights out.
It's done. I'm done. That's KO. That's
Hey, you know how people be like, man, that's a cold way to go out. But I be thinking like, bro, I cannot get hit by lightning.
That would be
I be
crazy.
like, nah, man, I gotta make it home, baby.
Dang, people scared of lightning
but
more than they afraid to get shot.
Well,
That's crazy.
they do say
Only
like
in Texas.
yeah, they do say that like you got a better chance of hitting the lottery than getting hit by lightning or something like that.
Shit,
something.
That's what they say.
Not according to YouTube.
Hey,
There's all kind of videos on there.
unlucky. Unlucky.
That's crazy.
That is a random
That'd be my comments.
thought for the day.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you,
It's a
Davell.
random thing that happened. It's just lightning. It was like a little. It was really like a little explosion. I'm
And
like,
these storms out here been crazy too. So now
I'm
you got me
terrified of
panicking.
thunder. Like
No,
if
Texas
I knew
thunder
a
is
storm
different.
is coming, like I try to go to bed before. I'll take some NyQuil, headphones.
I'll sleep through it. But
Nah, Texas thunder is different. It's like a crack, and it's like somebody just came with a fiery whip, and it's like, pow.
What the hell?
Nah, Texas is different. They storms is different,
Yeah.
and you live up north too, so you be getting all of them stuff hit
crazy.
tornadoes and everything. Actually, did y'all hear about like they said that there was like 5 tornadoes that hit, but they didn't know about it until the next day.
Yeah, I saw it on Reddit. I saw it on Reddit. They was talking about there was tornadoes hit. I was like, I didn't know.
5 different tornadoes. I think one like North Dallas. Well, 2 in North Dallas and stuff like that. Same places that where we had that big tornado in 2019.
Yeah.
Same places got hit again.
Yeah,
and they didn't know till the next day.
Yeah, that was Walnut Hill.
Yeah. And I was
had
like,
no idea.
what the hell? How did you not know? So no sirens, no nothing. Everybody just living their life,
Chilling.
outside, no mask, chilling. Vaccinated and not vaccinated,
City of Dallas working from home.
Yeah.
Man, hey, if this was Oklahoma, we would have known.
Yeah.
Man, Oklahoma has to have the best stormtroopers.
Do they?
And
Oh yeah.
Oh my
them
God.
people. Oh,
what?
them people be out there ready. They ready to go.
That's Oklahoma.
They go chase it. They'll go find it. They gonna go find it.
Yeah, Jane, I'm on I-35 right now. Oklahoma City.
What's y'all crazy is
Just going through Payne County. It just touched down. Wow, that baby is wide. It's wide. It's looking like golf ball size hell.
Oh my God, let me call my buddy Dan. It's coming to his house right now.
Dan is headed your way. I'll be back.
And it's hitting.
Welcome back, everyone.
What is y'all craziest like tornado story?
We had just moved to Oklahoma from New York, so I didn't know what a tornado was, never experienced it. And me and Nike have a nana that's dramatic as hell. And I remember she was just like, Diamond, you and Tisha, I love y'all. She was like, I want y'all to get in the tub and put a mattress over y'all, okay? The tornado is coming. And if I don't hear from y'all,
I know she was whispering and quiet too. That's what makes it funny.
She gave y'all the going away speech. Oh man.
Me and my mom,
This is it.
fresh from New York City, was like, what?
We had a good run.
I was like, well, what is happening? Then we go outside, the whole apartment's just looking at the tornado. I'm like, so should we be in the
Oklahomans,
tub or not?
man.
How old were you?
I had just moved, so I was probably 13, 14.
13, 14. So still young.
You ain't high.
If the adult told me like, hey, we had a good run. Like if I don't, y'all had good 13 years. I feel like y'all accomplished a lot. Mm-hmm. So y'all can be proud about that. You can be proud of that.
Man.
Oh, that's great. I don't got a crazy tornado story. I got an earthquake story. The first time I experienced an earthquake, because I ain't used to that.
OSU?
It was at OSU, and I had just watched. I think it was either like Paranormal Activity or it was one of them
tripping.
one of them things. So I was watching it, and I just watched it. Okay, whatever. Then all of a sudden my room started shaking. I said, "Hold on, God.
Wait,
hold on, God.
It's not my time.
Hold on, Jesus." All of a sudden, boy, it started speaking in tongues. I still love so.
Sit about a Honda.
I said, "No, Jesus, not now, not now."
Suzuki.
Yeah, I didn't even know I could speak in tongues. That stuff started coming out. I said, "Booyaka, booyaka, 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 booyaka." No. Yeah. It was. I was tripping for a second, but I don't know.
No, so I have 2 stories. One was when I first moved to Oklahoma, and it was like it was actually a big one. It was like 5 tornadoes that touched down in the city, and I think they were coming towards Lawton. So, again, we don't know nothing about no tornadoes coming from New York. Like I think the only time I've seen a tornado was watching The Wizard of Oz. Like that was the only time I ever seen a tornado, maybe, right? So all of a sudden it just get real calm still, and it's like, what the hell's going on? Next thing I know, freaking the power tables, the towers and stuff, cables and stuff just hitting the house. I'm like, oh hell no! And like we had to literally drive, hop in the car. No, first of all, my uncle took us to the tornadoes. He was like, I want to see them. Hell no, we want to get underground and shelter. So he done took us up there. That done scared us even more. Now we all having a heart attack. And then after that, we finally got to a shelter and we went underground. But still, it was just a weird experience being underground with a whole bunch of random people. That was weird. So it was awkward, but we made it through it. The second time was when I was in Stillwater. And it was a big tornado. I don't think it even hit Stillwater. We just got the after effects. I think it touched down in Langston. But I thought I was in my apartment by myself the whole day. So I'm in there scared, with my backpack, my tornado backpack packed up. Because my mom always told me to keep a tornado bag packed because you never know what's going to happen. So it was late at night, 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and sirens go off. And in Stillwater, they actually have the sirens that talk. Never heard that in Lawton. So it was like, please take cover. So I'm jumping up out of my sleep like, oh shit, this the end. Like, this is end. Please take cover. Get down. I'm like, oh hell no. So like, I'm freaking out. I don't know what to do. It's pouring down, raining, hail, all this other stuff. So I seen my neighbors across from me, these two white, there was a white dude and a white girl. And I was like, hey, can I come with y'all? And they was like, sure. Oh, yeah. But we couldn't drive nowhere. So this is when we lived in Campus Park.
Oh, okay.
So then like, I was like, well, Ryan and them lived downstairs, so I was like, let's go around the corner to their house, and we just stay down there. And Ryan had a party. Everybody was at Ryan's house, so I was like, okay, at least if we die, we all die together. But something told me to go back to my room, and I went in there, and my roommate was in there, and she just woke up out of her sleep, and she panicking, crying, and all that, like, Nike, what's going on? I'm like, I didn't even know you were here, like, so crazy. It was just like awkward, like it was crazy, but you know, like. After I got around a whole bunch of people and everybody was in there drinking and partying, I was like, well, this is the way to go out. If we die today, we had a good time.
What's in a tornado bag? Because that's what I've been wondering.
So flashlight, batteries, radio, portable radios,
condoms,
candles, anything that you feel is necessary.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So you might want to pack one. I don't have one anymore. I'm sure my mom has one somewhere.
So tornado bags kind of like spend the night bags.
Yeah, the spend the night bags. Yeah.
Okay. They interchangeable
for a tornado.
I might not make it back home.
Oh, okay.
Like if you want to go out like Titanic.
Oh, okay.
Like
okay.
Kind of
See. Now, okay. I understand.
Yeah. So you just gotta be ready for anything. So like okay, if a tornado comes and I need to go take shelter or whatever, I just grab the tornado bag.
Oh, never mind.
Now go ahead and say it.
So like, I don't condone cheating or nothing like that. But say you were cheating and you just grabbed you labeled it tornado bag, but it's actually your spend the night bag, but you label it tornado bag because it's so interchangeable. Now
you gotta get different colors or something.
Yeah,
color bag so you can just fit there.
Ain't nothing but lingerie off in there.
Yeah.
Some batteries and
y'all know
soon
good.
as she go,
and lube and shit.
Soon as she go through it, like, where the flashlight? Ain't in your tornado bag? What is this?
Motherfuckers start vibrating and shit.
Y'all know good.
Okay. I was just curious.
Yeah, man. But hey,
sip my teas.
All right, y'all ready to get into it?
That's funny.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead and lead us in, Peanut.
Hey, man, I want to get right to I want to get into music. I mean, I would like to lead with music.
Already?
Yeah. I mean, because there's a lot of music that actually came out. Trust me, this has been a lot.
Dang, you're gonna have people tune in to the first 20 minutes of the episode and leave. Peace out.
Nah, they won't. I mean, 'cause the topic of conversation is J. Cole. I mean, we don't have to get into everything. We can get into J. Cole.
My boy.
I have to walk back what I said last podcast.
Oh, we both do.
Because it's not what I expected.
Not at all.
This is man. It was. You can tell he was doing it for the sport, man. I feel like taking away from this album, I feel like he was talking to like a specific group of people on this album to say that J. Cole born.
Yeah, I know them people. I know them people
well.
You
know the people?
I know them people well.
Yeah, man.
That's funny you said that because listening to the album, I literally was like, who, even since KOD, I was like, who are these haters that J. Cole is talking about? Like, it seems like he is, I don't know, let's just say Future. Like, we hear a lot of people talk about Future in a way of like, he can't rap, mumble rapper, Young Thugs and all of them. I was like, I don't think I've ever heard anyone or any rapper say that J. Cole is trash, terrible, get him out of here. So I was like, why does he always come with so much animosity for other rappers and people?
People think that he's boring. That's what it is. They think that he's a good rapper, but he's just boring. It's not their type of music. They don't want to hear that. What people be saying, oh, let me get my pillow ready. It's another J. Cole album.
Do you think that if J. Cole was a New York artist, he would be accepted differently?
Shit, he is a New York artist,
but he's not. He's from North Carolina.
I know that,
but you get what you see what I'm saying though, like
but it's still that same style of rapping.
Yeah, because he has a New York style flow and cadence. So I'm wondering if people feel a certain type of way because he's not from New York or something like that.
Oh yeah, I think he would definitely be. He would be considered. He is considered one of the best of this new school of rap. Lyricism or lyricists. But if he was from New York, then I think he would have probably got that crown a long time ago.
And his like beat choice also, like a lot of his songs, like you look at like For Your Eyes Only and stuff like that, like a lot of those beats are like slower style, kind of
poetic.
Yeah, poetic type beats. So people,
Where did J. Cole go to college at?
St. John's.
New York.
New York. Okay.
St. John's.
Yeah. So I noticed that could also be a thing because, like, yeah, he grew up in North Carolina, but J. Cole doesn't really have a sound, like a geographical location sound. And I've actually been working with one of my friends who's an artist who is from Baltimore, Maryland, right? He went to Oklahoma. He did JUCO in California, then he transferred to Oklahoma State University. He records music in Houston, Texas, and he has friends in Baton Rouge. His music is all over the place. Like, he's been on Say Cheese and all that, and they're like, yo, this dude claims he's from Baltimore. He sounds like Juvie from the 99, 2000. You know what I mean? And so I think when college has a big part of you don't sound like anything, and people will find that hard to grasp.
That's true. That's a fair point.
Yeah, that is. Because I would say that's kind of like Tootsie. He from New York, but he grew up in North Carolina. Like half his life in North Carolina, and he don't have like.
Yeah, he sounds straight North Carolina.
But if you like hear him talk, he kind of don't sound like North Carolina. He sound like New York. So it's kind of in. I just made that parallel, but like J. Cole, he doesn't have a Southern accent. Probably like a lot of his homies that's from North Carolina or just people from that region, and I think that's why it doesn't get respected as much. Because if he had like a a Southern drawl, or if he had like a New York like accent, I think it would be like you could take it either way. You could be like, oh man, he's one of the best Southern rappers ever.
Right.
But you can't consider J. Cole just a Southern rapper. He's just not a Southern rapper, and I think that's the what he comes up against.
The battle.
Yeah, just because you got Kendrick in the West, and it's him, Drake, and Kendrick.
Yeah,
that's in. People don't really consider him like I think now they accept that he's Southern. You know what I'm saying? But for a long time, I think he had to battle against that because he had to go up north and get his stamp of approval. Yeah, but it was an amazing album.
Yeah, and kind of to pick up where you left off too, Pina, because I think we were talking about like how the last episode we felt like this might be his like 444 album, right?
Yeah, it wasn't that.
It definitely wasn't that, because like when I first listened to it, the first run through, I was like, it took me back because I was like, man, this is not what I was expecting. So I was like, it threw me off a little bit, and I was like, this sounds like a mixtape, like. But then when I went back and listened to it again, I was like, this shit is fire. It is fire. Like he was really definitely talking that talk, and and it didn't even sound like in his documentary or whatever, he was saying like it was songs on there from like 10 years ago that he recorded and different things like that. Nothing sounded dated. It didn't sound like it was written a few years ago. It sounded like it was literally prepared recently. So yeah, but no, it was a dope album. What's your favorite song?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, just because I'm like into like the new school sound of rap, I like when J. Cole made it sound like today's music. So I think it's Amiri, 100 Mil with Boss, and then there's another one that sounds real today-ish, but I can't remember. But yeah,
so it's pronounced Amiri. I was saying Amari.
I was saying Amari.
I don't know.
I think it is Amiri.
Probably is Amiri because that's like
the
brand.
That's that fancy stuff. Yeah. I don't know about that. But so that's one of the songs that immediately grasped me. Just the flow on there, just the like it just J. Cole always bring the bars, but the flow, the beat, just the way he was riding the beat, everything about that, I was just riding it with him. He was riding the beat and I was riding it right there with him. Like he rolling, I'm right there next to him. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, honestly, like the way he ride the beat is kind of like a modern day Jay-Z. Like, how like we always talk about how like Hov comes on the beat and he comes on the beat so smooth, like with effortless.
Yeah, but Jay kind of just now kind of started that like later in his career.
True that.
Later in his career.
That's kind of the wave that I was getting from a lot of the J. Cole tracks. Is like he was just rapping effortlessly.
Man,
Pride is the Devil also is another one.
Yeah, that one's fire.
man,
The interlude.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to my favorite. I'm gonna have to go between. I'm stuck between two. The one with 21 and Moray, and 95 South.
Yeah, that 95 South is probably my favorite.
Is that the one, the opener? With
Yeah.
the
Intro.
camera?
And man, I heard Cam on that joint. I was like,
That shit was. I wanted him to rap, but it was fire though. It was fire. I wanted him to start rapping, but it was fire. That shit was.
man, I'm not gonna lie. Like a few episodes back, we were talking about some music releases, and I was like, man, T Grizzly got a fire intro, boy.
Yep.
He always do.
Always.
His intros always be fire.
Yeah, but I heard this intro, bruh, and like that transition to that southern, like bass heavy at the end of 95 South. I was like, this shit is amazing.
Boy,
With the Lil Jon samples.
there was some crazy transitions. That was crazy. The little transition from J. Cole to 21 rapping was crazy. It was seamless. It was perfect. I was like, boy, this.
Y'all want to hear a little bit
I
of that
said-
95 South?
Yeah, man. I was like, this is too much
Yeah,
for
right.
me, man. This is too much. I don't even deserve this music. Honestly.
I don't know why that was the clean version, but. You Luigi brother now. Woo.
That was nasty.
That
was
bar
nasty.
was
That was
hard.
hard.
That was unnecessary. That was unnecessary.
Yeah. No.
Jesus.
We can literally analyze this whole album on this podcast.
J. Cole
Like,
fire, bro. I never worry about no J. Cole album. I never worry about it.
Yeah,
I know
same,
it's gonna,
same.
it's gonna do what it do. It's gonna do what it do.
nah.
He was talking to somebody in specific on his album.
It's somebody.
And that's what I'm saying. Who? Like, who is J. Cole's biggest hater? Like, I literally, and I agree with you because I listened to the album multiple times and I was like, but who is the shot at? And then, I don't know if you catch it, and I don't know why I want to say Future because there's no underlying beef, but he said Michael B. Jordan can, he said, like, Michael B. Jordan can easily come and, like, take your chick.
Yeah.
Mom would never do that, or something like that. And I'm just like, who is
Oh.
this shot at?
I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he definitely was
I
calling
was reading
somebody
between
out.
the lines a little bit.
Yeah,
That's,
even with the like middle child, it seemed like he was like, because you know how he said middle child should have been on this album.
Yeah.
All right, we're just gonna have to stop because your hand is in there. Yeah, so like you know like how he was saying in the documentary that middle child should have been on. He was trying to save it for this album.
Yeah.
Like even in there, I felt like he was talking about somebody. Like somebody came at him somewhere. We missed it. I don't know where it was.
Well, I mean, there was like the younger rappers like the Lil Pump stuff and the them people like that.
But people like that shouldn't even face him. Like it's somebody that has a lot of influence hurt him.
I mean, it could be someone off the
I ain't gonna say that they hurt him. I think just speaking, because he brought up, like, if you notice it, if you notice in the doc, he talked about middle child, and he brought that up for a reason. I think, him being like the student of the game, the greats, and being older than the thugs and the Uzis, the Pumps, young boys, and y'all know that recently, something came out saying that he was waiting on Young Boy in the studio for like 8 hours and he didn't show up. So
I didn't know that.
yeah, he was waiting on Young Boy in the studio for 8 hours and he didn't show up. And
Ain't there a Young Boy line in the album?
maybe, but Young Boy, he actually responded and was like, I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah, because I could have swore there was like there was like a line that said,
Go ahead.
yeah, I could have swore there was like a line that was like, some. They gonna say young boy was better, something like that. It was like
I think I.
some like, but I can't think of how it went. But it was something on the lines of like they gonna say some, but the
Yeah.
Young Boy album better, something like that, something around that.
Yeah, I remember hearing something like that. But, you know, NBA Youngboy is the king of YouTube.
Yeah, it's down boy.
Oh, yeah, the kids love him. Kids love Young Boy, but
Nah, but he's I don't know. He was talking. Yeah, he it was a sport. He was rapping for the love of the sport. I think that what people failed to realize that he is a lyricist and he has bars.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think he displayed it. He did a great job of displaying it.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, amongst the new school of lyricists, I think his name get left out. Even though he's a part of the new school, I think his name get left out a lot as lyricists. People bring up, like, you bring up a Wale, you know what I'm saying? You bring up a Kendrick, you can bring up even though he's not new school, you can bring up what's buddy name from New York? Jay Electronica and shit like that. But I think Cole get left out a lot. Kinda I think he feels like he's treated like the black sheep.
bro,
of hip hop.
people disrespect Cole. Like as far as like fans, when I see like obviously it's a lot of fans. The majority I would say like him, but there's a significant amount of fans.
But
that
see, that's what I don't understand is
don't
because
really
everybody,
mention Cole like that.
they all acknowledge like the three-headed goat is Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole. So like it doesn't make sense to me because I feel like I've never ran into anybody that said they didn't like J. Cole.
Man,
But see what it is, it's not that they respect that he's a good rapper and all. It's basically like say like if the San Antonio Spurs, like people would be like, oh yeah, I get that they're a good team, but I would never watch them. They boring to me. I would never watch.
yeah, fundamentals.
Yeah, so it'd be like, yeah, I know J. Cole he's can rap, but I don't want to listen to that.
Hey man, it is okay for Kendrick Lamar to come out of hiatus.
Oh, he coming.
Like a lot is happening.
We talked to him
this month. If he would like to get some of this praise, you know, and his accolades, he's more than welcome to.
Where Drake at?
Hey man, don't worry about Drake. Man. He rehabbing.
Still,
We've been rehabbing for a year.
Drake.
This ain't the first time he did.
On 2 crutches.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
numbers
saying.
on
Did
2
numbers
crutches.
on 2 crutches. You know what I'm saying.
Kendrick album coming at the end of the year, for sure.
What, so what y'all think about that Nicki Minaj?
Are we gonna straight go into new music, or are we just gonna? Oh, y'all want to just talk about J. Cole? Because I did want to comment because I want on. There's a Lil Baby feature on J. Cole's album.
Oh, that shit was amazing.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say we have entered the Lil Baby universe, realm, whatever you want to call it.
Oh yeah, we've been there.
Like this is like literally everything is the baby. I heard that he actually has a song coming out with Kirk Franklin. This shit is crazy.
No, we've been there. We've been there.
Like
And-
we are entering the Lil Baby universe.
And I still ain't. I'm gonna keep saying that. I still ain't forgot y'all people who's trying to debate with me. That's saying that Gunna was better than Lil Baby. I'll never forget, and I'm gonna keep bringing it up every time.
Nah, man, he. I think it's safe to say that Baby washed. Baby is two. Lil Baby, he 2 for 2.
Oh, he's
2 for 2
He's fire.
amongst the new school. He's 2 for 2. I give it to him.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. And then he got the little him and Lil Durk album coming out.
Yeah, they gotta change that title. That shit copy.
What's the name of the?
Like Voice of the Heroes or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
Voice of the Heroes. The Voice of the
It's
Heroes.
a terrible title.
Yeah, not really messing with that.
Yeah,
But
because
it's
you know Durk is supposed to be the voice, and he's saying that Lil Baby is the hero
Of what?
of the new school.
Okay, well, I don't like that, but as soon as I heard freestyle from Lil Baby, I knew he was the one.
That freestyle was hard.
I
ain't gonna
knew
lie.
that. I already knew. I was like, nah. That's the one. Songs don't make you feel like that for no reason.
That's fair. That is fair.
Gunna ain't never made me feel like that.
No.
Hey man, his album was good, man. Don't be hating, bro.
It's cool.
Gunna.
Yeah, I appreciated it. Yeah,
And these are the same 2 people that told me that Jordan Lucas' album was album of the year.
It was at that time.
Now,
it was at
wait,
that time.
it was like February or
Now,
March.
It was the
okay.
best album of the year at that
First
time.
quarter, next album of the year. That's what we call
The Friday
bars,
it
nigga.
came out.
I stand on that. I
That's what we
stand on
call
that.
bars,
I stand
nigga.
on that. I stand on that. It was the best album of the year at that time, for sure.
Now, when Baby did come out, I did. I flip flopped a little bit. I was like, okay, well.
Yeah, Davell got quiet. He was
Man.
like, how do I stand on this?
Man.
I said this nonsense.
Hey, didn't Jordan Lucas just drop?
And Jordan
he had
Lucas
a
just
song.
got a little
Yeah,
baby
she was-
feature.
It was a little baby feature, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's been quiet for Jordan Lucas.
Baby
though.
hopping on everything. He's not taking no breaks, no doubt.
He was the hottest rapper out.
He is. That's a fact.
Yeah, man, shout out to him.
You gotta have a little baby feature. You got to if you want your song to pop.
He on everything. You ain't even gotta find him. Like he coming to you.
Man.
So how much occasion he get now?
200.
Not now.
No, not no. That he was
He
getting that
probably
before.
double that now.
Moneybagg Yo said he getting 200 too.
Shit, Moneybagg Yo ain't on baby level though.
Yeah.
Nah, not at all. Moneybagg just now got there. Just with this album, which was a very good album. Very good album.
That was really good.
Yeah, but he just got there though. He just got there.
Boy,
What
these
is what,
youngins, man.
what else you want to jump into, Nike? Since you don't want to talk, we're gonna wait on this hip hop.
Yeah. Let's wait on it. Let's wait. I mean, J. Cole was good to open up because that was the hottest thing that happened this weekend. So I mean, that was a good way to open up. But I think we should talk about.
Wait,
You know.
real quick.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Do y'all think J. Cole's done though?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. Even though he said he's done.
He's not.
Nah.
I agree. I just wanted to
But he
know.
still got the fall off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he still got
Oh,
that.
true.
Yeah.
But wasn't there supposed to be an album before? Didn't he have an album title before this off season, like after
He did.
KOD? Because at the end of KOD,
Oh yeah,
No.
he say something like it's coming or something.
yeah, 80. I can't think of the name of that shit. It was
Yeah,
like
but
85
when
something.
that list came out that he had of his albums, the next album on there was the off season. You know that picture that was went viral. It said the off season, but on KOD he did say such and such dropping.
Yeah,
I can't remember what.
We never getting that Kendrick and J. Cole album. Huh?
I think we will.
I don't know, man. I'm giving up hope on that.
Nah, I
It's
think-
gonna be when they both 40 or 45.
I think we'll get it in the next year or two.
I think Cole was he used himself as a sacrificial lamb this year because niggas was not dropping. Nobody dropped nothing.
Yeah,
He's a-
100%.
Go ahead.
No, I was agreeing with you because I was just gonna say I was telling Davell this. It almost felt the Friday that J. Cole and Nicki dropped. That was the first Friday that I stayed up for music to drop on Thursday night.
You know me too.
Like I
Me too.
never do that. I always be like, I'm gonna wait till tomorrow, and I waited. We're fortunate enough to have to just wait till 11 o'clock here, which I guess is 12 everywhere. Never mind.
No, but shit's like 9 o'clock in California though.
That's
When that shit come
true.
out.
And it felt good. It felt like we were just listening to trash every Friday. Like
Yeah, it was.
It felt like a breath of fresh air. It felt like more real music, real rap.
Yeah. The street artists and independent artists, they held it down. Shout out to them.
Oh, yeah,
they
for
held
sure.
it down.
They did.
Yeah, they did what
But
they
boy.
needed to do, but you see the difference when you're waiting on the big names to drop. When you're waiting on someone that's been working on a project for 10 years, you can tell the difference between that. Like that wasn't rush.
No, that shit like sonically is one of the probably sonically I would say the best album I've heard since the Boogie album. Like just the cohesiveness of it all, because you know when you can listen to someone's mixtape or the album and it sounds different from track to track. Just I don't know if it's
just
the
a whole bunch
hurts.
of tracks.
Yeah, but this was good. He was on the money, man. That was a way to open that shit up with Cam though.
And I don't want a deluxe at all.
I don't think he will.
I don't want one.
Yeah.
I don't think he would. I don't think he'd do that. Because he talked too much shit about niggas on his album. Dropping
Deluxe sound.
30.
Well,
30
they gave
songs
us-
and only getting 60,000 views.
They
I
gave
mean,
us
streams.
a Revenge of the
100,000.
Dreamers deluxe album, but I can understand that. Like that's a whole camp
Yeah,
compilation
that's
or
different,
whatever.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't. He better not. I don't want a deluxe.
He
at
better
all.
not, yeah. But you know what he is doing? Getting buckets in Africa.
Oh yeah, shout out to him, man. So he's the modern day Master P.
Right.
Shout out to him, man. From one southerner to the next. Like that's amazing. Hey, the boy really said, man, I'm gonna drop this album. I'm gonna give y'all a week. I'm gonna promote it for 1 week, and then by the time y'all hear this album, I'll be getting buckets.
I'm going to go.
in Africa.
Did he even promote it for 1 week? Because he was already in Africa the next day.
He promoted it for like 1 week.
The week prior.
The week prior,
Yeah,
but the
yeah,
week of, he was already in Africa.
Yeah. I mean, but he just gave us 1 week. He's like, hey, the interlude, 7 days.
Yeah.
7 days.
That LA Leakers freestyle. Did y'all talk about that earlier?
No, we didn't.
That LA Leakers freestyle was fire.
Oh, yeah.
What? Okay. What was the first beat? Because I know
The first
it was
beat was,
still Tippin', and then
That was the first beat.
No,
that
the
was the
first beat was
93 to Infinity?
80. Yeah, whatever to Infinity.
Yeah.
Which
80
one
something
was better?
Infinity.
If you could choose, they
I'm
both was magnificent.
I'm gonna have to go 93 to Infinity. I didn't.
Yeah, and he's freestyled on that before, so
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was like kind of like almost because on the is it the warm up? I think it's the warm up. He has a song on there that's like a freestyle.
We gotta run through his title. We gotta run through his titles.
So yeah, it's that one was the one for me because it first of all it brought me back to the warm up, and then he killed it as well.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't like it. I like the freestyle. Don't get me wrong. I didn't like the beat selection.
Really?
Nah, I didn't. I didn't like the beat selection. It didn't. Man, it just didn't give me that feel. I mean, because we all know that he doesn't do much press at all. You know, and once you get the opportunity to bring him in, freestyle over whatever beat you select, that shit has to go. It has to. There has to be a moment. You got to create the moment.
Yeah, but I think that's why he did it
Yeah.
because it's something he's done before.
Nah, fuck that.
And he's got that warm up. People love the warm up.
That's cool, but
Or was it Friday Night Lights? It might have been Friday Night Lights, honestly.
People love
that's cool, man.
Friday Night Lights was
It
probably
might
one.
no, but I'm saying that freestyle might have
Yeah, it
been
might have
Friday
been.
Night Lights. I think now that I'm thinking about it, I think it is Friday Night Lights actually.
I mean, the freestyle. Don't get me wrong. It was nice. I just didn't like the beat selection.
I think he did that on purpose though. I think that was on purpose.
Man, he could have did without still tipping. I think so.
That's crazy.
Oh, doing that beat.
Thing.
Oh,
I like the flow though.
yeah, I liked it. I don't think that one was like his choice on that one. I think that he probably just said, "Give me."
Man, I mean, if you think about all the legendary freestyles you done heard on LA Leakers, from Dreezy to fucking Big Crit, like Boogie, like there's been a lot of great LA
You
Leakers
talking about
freestyle,
the back to the topic freestyle?
Yeah, back to the topic.
Yeah, that was on the warm up.
and it's been solely based on the beat that they select.
Yeah,
It
and
just wasn't good.
Yeah, immediately when that beat came on, the Still Tipping beat came on, I was like my immediate reaction is like, oh shit, that's that beat. But also I was like, this don't really mesh with J. Cole to me.
It doesn't.
In my mind,
Yeah, I think
it
they
didn't
just-
mix to me.
They just tried to pick legendary beats.
Right.
They didn't think about the artists rapping on the beat.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
I get that, but it's still on
I did not think about
the
J.
Still
Cole.
Tipping beat. He did have that Bill Cosby line. That was
That was hard.
That was
a hard line.
That was real hard.
yeah, he always pushed the envelope. Hey man, shout out to him though, man. It was an amazing album.
So you want to go through his albums?
Yeah, I mean, I know it all, like, it's all sports related, and I'm just wondering how it like all adds up.
All right, so you got his first was the come up, and then the second was the warm up.
Yeah.
Then Friday Night Lights, and then Cold World, the sideline story, and then Born Center.
That was his debut right there, right?
And then I think so.
Sideline Story was the debut.
Silent Story was his debut?
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and then he had a whole bunch of little EPs in between. I'm just doing the most notable ones. Did I say Born Center?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then 2014 Forest Hill Drive, and then KOD. Wait, no, 4 Your Eyes Only, then KOD.
Okay. I can see. I think he brought it back to, which makes the doc so good, man. Because like the warm up sideline story, that shit is in cohesion with this.
Yeah.
You know, the off season, and the other ones weren't. And I see why he went back to his roots.
Yeah, that's why I thought that first freestyle, him choosing that beat, I feel like it was just
It makes sense.
like going back to like how Nike said you felt like it was that mixtape vibe, and I know we talked about before, like when you used to hear a lot of these rappers, you first were introduced to them on mixtapes,
Right.
So that's when you became a fan of them. You heard them on these mixtapes, then the album come out, and some of them wasn't what you heard on the mixtape. It was, it might have been better production and stuff like that, but you didn't get that same feel from the mixtape that made you a fan in the first place. So I appreciate that, bringing it back, giving that type of feel that, why you became a fan in the first place. Kind of.
Yeah, and I know we're not getting into music right now, but that's also kind of the same thing what Nicki did. So
I wonder if that was on purpose. Well, no, it can't be on purpose, but I
Man.
wonder.
yeah.
Right. whoever Cole was talking to, he said you cannot pay your lease. He would just respect you if you rapped about being broke.
Hey,
He was talking to somebody.
He talking to somebody.
That's real though. I agree with that. Honestly,
I do too, bro.
I agree with
If
that.
you rap about the struggle, rap about trying to make it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree.
Then lie.
I agree 1,000% because
Well, for sure.
you know most rappers you feel like you gotta rap about like having something.
Money,
You gotta instead of if you don't have anything, instead of just rapping about the fact that you don't have anything, you trying to work on that and you're trying to do that. It's more relatable, but it's just a common formula of just saying like, oh, you know, I got all this money, I got all this, I got all whatever, you know. So
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. All right, so y'all want to get into, I think, was probably like the number 2 topic of the week.
What's up? What's up?
Make some noise.
JPP.
Yeah,
Oh man, yeah, we can get into that, man. She was wild.
yeah.
It was wild, man.
Man,
Wealth
It's
is
a
to be
lot.
shared.
so
Microphone check 1 2. Is this
JPP
Joe Budden
boys.
podcast is out of business?
All right, so damn, Don, where we start at?
I mean,
Because some shit just came out 24 hours ago.
do you want to start with how the beef started, like why they was beefing, or you want to just go like by one person's point of view?
I mean, we can say for people that probably don't watch the Joe Budden podcast,
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna let you lead down.
Y'all take it away.
Go ahead.
Well, okay, so we found out just from an episode like months ago, maybe 2 months ago now, that Rory and Mal were taking a podcast break and Joe Budden was calling it a vacation, right? Sounded weird. They never take vacations.
Yeah.
And why are you not taking a vacation? They were just
Weird.
taking a vacation. It was very weird. So I think immediately after that, we got Ice and Savon, the intern who is not an intern anymore.
Savon was wilding. Savon got. I said, get him.
No,
out.
that was Ice and Ish.
No, it's when Savon.
But the
there was
first ever
yeah.
one,
Oh, yeah, it was
Ice
Savon.
and
Yeah,
Savon,
it was.
and
You're right,
they
you're right.
told him
He
got
had to
booed.
go. He had to.
They literally was like, "Don't put that boy on the mic ever."
Oh my!
again."
When he said that Justin Bieber stuff, I said, okay.
Which
Oh, when
is
you said it was
funny.
okay for Justin Bieber to say
Crazy.
nigga?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, he was wilding.
Which is crazy because I think that
Nigga crazy.
this is sidebar, but I think Savon was under a lot of pressure of
I
being
think
on
it
the
was
Joe Budden
too.
because he actually has his own podcast with Screen Man. And
Who the fuck
it's
is Screen Man?
actually
I heard, but I don't know who he is. I'm
is
asking
it
like, who the
Alex
fuck is it?
or-
well, yeah, Alex is Savon's friend
Uh-huh.
who they have their own podcast, and I guess Joe Budden brought him on as Screen Man for the
Yeah.
JBP. Yeah, so he actually has his own podcast, and they have some pretty good topics on there. But I can see him being under a lot of pressure.
I
saying
could
this to
understand
Joe
that
Budden.
too. I can when he was even talking, even though I was like, why are you saying this? But I can understand like you want to go in there and you know you got a large audience. You want to have strong opinions. You want to just
Right.
go into the entertainment side, and it just
You don't want to be Parks, JK.
Yeah, don't want to.
JK.
Parks gonna go
LOL.
with whatever Joe say.
Literally. But okay, so Rory and Mal takes this long vacation. Weeks unfold. It transpires to just Joe, Ice, and Ish now subbing in while Rory and Mal's on his break.
Which I appreciated. I did. I did, but I'll tell you why later.
Okay, and I'm gonna try to sum this up so we can get into it.
Yeah.
And then little by little things start to unfold, right? We find out that there are some undercover issues. At first, it wasn't a money issue. We
It
find
was
out
respect.
that it was a respect issue. We find out that Rory and Joe are going to therapy behind the scenes together. We find out that then later on we find out that it is a money issue, and Joe doesn't. He is unaware that Rory and Mal talk behind the scenes. Then we find out there was a secret meeting that happened with the whole staff, and Joe wasn't there.
Oh damn, I
This
missed that.
This is kind of where it all is like transpires. Apparently, Joe left the pod early one day after it was over. Rory, Mal, Savon, Scream Man, Parks, and Erickson, everyone goes into Parks' backyard, and they have this.
Okay,
meeting.
so that's what they were talking about.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And so that's really where things start to get aligned. Joe didn't appreciate that. People were talking behind his back, which you're a boss.
That's what people do.
Yeah, literally. So from then we just found out there's a lot that's been going on behind the scenes for years, right?
Yeah.
Rory and Mal were set to come back. They came back, and it was a really awkward podcast, right? We were all excited. I literally was like, the JBP's boys back to business. They came back, and that episode was all about transparency. No one was transparent whatsoever.
That shit was very cringy.
Very, extremely cringy.
The second one was worse.
Yeah. So the second one, this is what I find out from Savon's podcast, is that Maul already had called it quits.
Yeah, you
however,
could tell.
he would have gotten fined if he didn't show up. So I don't know if that's in the contract.
So he's like Marshawn Lynch.
You could tell Maul when he was just sitting there, like he wasn't joking with him. He wasn't doing nothing. He was just sitting there, like he was barely talking. He would he barely say a word to, like Joe would say something, try to say something funny to him, and he'd just be like,
he was like, you know why I'm here.
Yeah.
You know why I'm here.
I mean, he probably said like 2 words that whole podcast.
Maybe.
Yeah. What'd he say? That's nice. That's nice.
Like literally. Yeah. So you could tell Maul checked out. Rory, he was trying to get back into the groove of things, but you can't force it. You can't force it. Like it's some underlying tension here. Joe Budden already has a vacation planned. So 2 episodes.
I thought that was weird as fuck.
That was also very, very weird. He already had a vacation planned. So 2 episodes in, they take a week break. He comes back. They're not there. That is the episode that everyone sees that went out on YouTube for an hour. He took it down and only kept it up on Patreon. And that's the episode where we see Rory get fired. We see him act on his emotions and go crazy. Then after that, we get Rory and Maul's response from that video there.
And niggas was like Kobe, like Jordan and Pippen, boy. They was like Jordan and Pippen out there, boy. Man.
One thing I took away from that is that Joe do not respect Rory at all.
Man.
At all. Like, no, not even a little bit. He don't respect Rory at all. Like, his true feelings be coming out.
Man, hey, bro, you gotta... Yeah, so...
So, I guess if we want to, like, come up with or devise a conversation around this, it's a conversation of transparency. Like, what do you tell your friends that you're in business with? Like, we're all friends, family, in business together. Or doing a pod together, too. Your friends that you're in business with, what are the boundaries there? How do you share and not share? How do you be a boss, right? And what is respect in friendships? I think that was a big one, right? Because Joe literally said he doesn't have to respect his friends. He doesn't owe his friends respect. That's
first of all, that's where he is absolutely
wrong. Like Joe be wild,
completely wrong, right?
Completely.
I mean, if you don't respect, we might as well just fight and just if you should. After that, honestly, if I was Rory and I heard him say, "Man, I don't have to respect I don't have to give you respect," and like we've been friends for this long and doing like, bro, you might as well just fight me at this point. Yeah,
like he was saying, he said, "I don't owe you no more respect than I owe a stranger on the street."
Bro.
Wow.
Like, what?
Nah, I couldn't fuck with him. Nah, on the real, we would have had a fight.
Like, and y'all, and then he'll turn around and say, like, we've been through this, whatever, like that. But it was, I feel like most of that was directed towards Rory. Like, Maul, he would say stuff like, you know, me and Maul, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But we should never be arguing about what Rory said or something.
No, but you have to respect Maul's stand. Like Maul, you can tell even if you're not a fan of the way he pods or anything, you have to respect his stance on principle.
I was telling Don that he's a principled dude. Like
he was like, "Hey man, you gonna kick him off? You gonna tell him like on the pod like back? He was like, man, who are you to tell him to not come? You know what I'm saying? So so he was like, shit, I ain't do it because he felt that it was wrong. The shit was wrong.
Yeah, and to get to Dom's question, like as far as like the respect part, there in boundaries and things like that, like I feel like that's just Joe's personality because I feel like maybe it's just from my point of view, but I feel like having that respect and those boundaries and stuff isn't that hard to cross. Like, you know, like there's certain things you wouldn't say, like let's say like in a public setting. There's certain things that you may know about your friend that you wouldn't just say because you respect them. There's these boundaries, even though y'all can be joking, whatever, blah, 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 whatever, anything like that. So I feel like those same things, even though you doing something to more people and it's entertainment and things like that, it's still those same rules apply. Like there's things I would never say.
Yeah, man.
100%.
And what's crazy, he knows what he shouldn't say.
Yeah, he knows.
But you know, Joe always try to play the victim. He's good at that. He's good at playing the victim. But I was listening to an episode, I guess when he had his therapist on.
Yeah.
And on that episode, what the fuck did Joe say? He said that, damn it, I lost my train of thought. What did he say? He said that, like, he wasn't wrong. Like he was, the way that he thinks, he don't expect anybody to think the way that he thinks. He thinks the way that he does, and he can separate business with friendship and feelings and shit. But he obviously couldn't.
Cannot.
He couldn't. So, yeah, man. I don't know. And then.
So take it back from the beginning. Do you think we know that Joe Budden is the CEO. He is the face, right? It's named after him. Everything's named after him. Can he tell Rory not to come into a podcast? Hey, take some time off.
And they still pod?
And they still pod. And there be no issue. Does Maul have a say in Rory coming to the pod?
So,
like, what is that dynamic? Like, how does everyone feel about that specifically?
With the way that they said it happened, like, when Roy was like, hey, I was walking through the fucking airport and I got a call or a text or whatever, and he was like, just take some time off. Don't come back. Take some time. But Joe said that too. But it came out and he was like, all right, we're just gonna take some time. La da da. But the way that he told him, like, and he didn't explain, like, he asked him like what for. Yeah, it's like
emphasize the message.
Yeah, and then he was just like, take some time off, don't come back. Yeah, no, I don't think he should. No.
See, the way,
not without giving him an explanation.
See, that's ego. That's a lot of ego. See, Joe is looking at it as, like you said, he's the star, he's the boss, he's this, he's that. So it's on me to make these decisions. He's looking at them as they're just almost like side pieces. They're just accessories to I'm the shirt. These are the buttons. So I can tell, I'm the shirt. I can tell the buttons what to do. Like, you gonna unbutton this one, you gonna button that one. Like, but it's still, because it's me.
And if I wanted to, I could change the color of these buttons.
I could do whatever I want to do. It's really on, like, he's basically saying, it's me. This is me. And y'all are just, and that's why when he was saying stuff like, I kind of got the vibe, he was saying, basically, they should be happy to just be going along with the ride. Basically,
wow.
They should be happy just to be here. Like, we making all this money, blah blah. Y'all should just be happy to be here.
Hey, do y'all know when Maul checked out? Like, when did y'all know Maul was done? I know because he repeated it. Like,
when he said, "This pod is none of your business."
Boy, that shit. Oh man.
Yeah,
like he said, fam, you looked me in my face and said, this pod has nothing to do with me. Oh my god,
bro! And that's where it gets weird to me. Like Maul is like his man's. Like they've known each other for a long time, long time. Like they've been through a lot together.
Them niggas live together.
Yeah, like how. Like that just tells me where Joe's ego is, because that's crazy. Like I couldn't imagine.
I'm gonna tell you this. I think this is just my assessment. This is from what I heard. This is what he said. He said that I was in the rap game. I didn't like the way the rap game treated me, so I was like, huh. And he said he didn't like the way that he was treated as a rapper. So, all right, you're in a different field, right? And as media. And now rappers have to come to you as an outlet. You speak on news and stories and topics. Like, you're, arguably one of the best in this field, right? So I think that he is just kind of taking the opportunity to take a jab at rappers and hip hop and like be egotistical and boast like I didn't need rap to get here. I did it off of pod and the internet, when in actuality it was really rap that got him there. So I think he's very insecure just as a person though.
I don't know, because like even like before the podcast and stuff like that, like when he was doing Love and Hip Hop and all that, everybody always talked about his ego. And how he was real, he has a real big ego. So like everything that's happening right now is, to me, it's not a shocker to me, because that's Joe Budden. Like, since watching him on reality TV series and stuff like that, he's acted like that.
I think that's a defense mechanism though. I don't think that's truly him. I think the true him is afraid to expose who he really is. Like, even though he say, "Oh, I exposed my life over the years, my relationship with my kids and mother, my drug abuse, my family, this, that, and the third." But I think to the core, I think that shit, like, I think he's afraid to like actually peel off those layers, because when he says something, like, he does it jokingly. When he says what's real, it's like comedy style. No, that's really you.
Yeah. And what I didn't appreciate is that episode that Rory and Mal came back and they threw this transparency word around, and then it got that awkward silence, and Joe's like, y'all talk.
Yeah, he didn't say a word. He
that's not transparency. You are bottling up emotions and feelings, and when they don't show up, and then now you're firing empty seats when you had the floor to get all of that off, right? So it's just like, he has a lot to say behind someone's back when there's no one there to hold him accountable for the things he's done. Imagine if we would have got that Joe Budden firing episode and Rory and Mal's episode in one room.
Yeah.
That would have been a conversation that it would have been some yelling. It would have been some crying. It would have been some arguments, right? And maybe it wouldn't have needed to be recorded or put out, but it probably would have had some resolve because you got out all of your emotions instead of shutting down because of your insecurities. Like Peanut's saying, when two men that you're having problems with are stepping in the room. Because you have to put your balls on the table and act like you're this big boss CEO and you know how to handle it. He made an analogy and he was like, I'm going to use Peanut for example. If Peanut tells me to keep walking straight, you're going to pass the circus. Keep walking straight, you're going to pass Madison Square Garden. Keep walking straight, you're going to pass the park. And I keep walking straight and I'm passing all these things that Peanut's telling me. Why would I ever doubt Peanut? And that's not true. People are going to want to see paperwork. People are want to, like, you cannot just have people put all their trust and beliefs on you. They need backup plans. They need.
I think.
So, yeah.
That's real.
No, I think.
Oh, man. Dom, you on a roll. Glad to have you back, man.
Yeah, man. No, I think that during their hiatus, I think they had the opportunity to sit back and think about all the opportunities that were lost because of Joe Budden. Man, he lost a lot of opportunities.
Because when I listened to Rory and Mal's, response, I was telling Dom, I was like, I just don't understand why that was such a big deal. See, and that makes me want to like zone in on Joe Budden. So why was them asking to see the final work such a big deal? Like what the numbers are actually coming in? And Joe's whole point about it is that, I've overpaid y'all and stuff like that. So y'all should be happy. Y'all should be good.
Nigga, so did Master P. He did that with a lot of his artists and producers. But Joe was like, no, if you work for Tidal or somebody else or Spotify, you ask them to see their books, they gonna tell you no. So I have the opportunity to be like, no, I can say no too.
So it's tough. Like Dime's question where like she was like, she asked about the respect factor and then also about being the boss or the star or the face or whatever like that, and how you handle that with your friends, people that are supposed to be your friends. So, and you see this play out like in bands and all the stuff like that and things like this, and they end up breaking up and things like that. Now, I know it's obviously you don't know what you would do in a situation until you in the situation. And I feel like money and these things only make you more of what you already are.
Yeah, for sure.
So what you already are, I feel like money just makes you more of that. You're just going to pour out more of that thought process and emotions. So
Joe, he failed as a leader. As a leader of that podcast, that network, over I don't know how many other podcasts he has. He failed as a leader. I don't. All right. So in life, you have to be able to like hand off the workload to. All right. So Joe Budden thinks he's the smartest person in the room, no matter what room he's in.
He wants to be praised. 100%. He wants to be praised.
So 100%. Like there can be somebody that is in accounting. Joe would think he's smarter than the person that went to school to get an accounting degree, 100%. Right? So I think that I'm not saying he put too much pressure on himself, but I think that he allowed himself to be consumed by the notoriety that he has. He's like, all right, I'm Joe Budden. I'm all seeing. I'm all knowing. I know everything. Every red penny that went out. Every deal that came in. I know my friends' feelings. I know what should be done. I know what's best. And ultimately, he didn't know what was best because, you know, he was on I ain't gonna say was, but he is on the path to gain like everything he wants in regards to media and money and sponsorship and all that shit. But he's losing everything that he built.
Right. And that's okay. And I think that's what he has to realize is that that's okay to not know the accounting, to not know the finances, to not know HR. Because why? When you have a multi-million-dollar, we've all worked in corporate industries. I don't go to the president of the Dallas iHeart to talk about my paycheck, to talk about that. Like, you know, I'm not going to Bob Pittman, the CEO, to talk about these things. We have an HR department. We have finances. We have, you know, all these people. And I think that's why the Kevin Hart interview was spot on because do you even fault him for not knowing how to be a leader?
Hey, Dom, you got that? Do you got that clip?
I don't have the clip.
Actually, you got it on your Twitter?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So Kevin Hart, and Kevin Hart was the last person I thought that would weigh in. But if you think about how he's grown his business from 2009 and before up until this point, that is he done it the way that it should be done. I'll say him and Charlamagne, even though them is people that put people in position to do what they're best at. And this is from the mogul Kevin Hart.
That's dope. Yo, he's not doing business here. This is what it is. You guys know I'm no stranger to negativity. I don't care about that. But I actually was a supporter of the progression of him and his podcast. From afar.
Topics.
I'm a fan of your growth. I'm a fan of what you're doing and the conversation behind it. That's dope. Yo, he's not doing business here. He wants to own it. He wants control. It's dope. To see you publicly shit on the guys that was with you, that's an example of poor leadership. That's an example of why you are where you are. This is why. Here's the answer. Point blank. You want to be by yourself. You want to be King Dingaling.
Oh.
You can't do that. You can't do that. Wealth should be shared, not owned. Facts. So this is a shout out, man, to Rory and Maul. You guys were dope as fuck at that job. Once again, I was a fan of the fucking podcast. It's a sad day to see this shit end when you guys were on your way to what seemed to be higher levels of success. I don't sit up here and promote the negativity. Wish there was a world where you can work it out. But you need a good fucking leader that understands it's not just him. I don't think Joe has that.
Damn.
See,
Damn.
yeah, see that's where I was gonna go with it too, because him being so like you were saying, like he thinks that he wants to be in control of everything.
Yeah.
He wants to be praised for it as well. And to where I was going with, like, you being with your friends and you supposed to be the face or whatever like that. As a leader, like, you're supposed to bring everybody up, make everybody feel like it's your responsibility to bring everybody up. Everybody should feel like they putting in. Everybody should feel like we all doing this. Like, there's a goal. We all doing this. We all doing our part. We all doing this for a reason. It's not that I'm the star, so whatever I say goes. If without me, this is nothing. It's without all of us, this is nothing. That's where, like, even though you can have, like, people can think to themselves like, yeah, I know I'm great and I'm good and all this stuff, but you gotta be able to relate to your team to keep that stuff moving and moving efficiently.
Keep the morale up.
Yeah, you gotta keep the morale up. You gotta be a point guard, a quarterback, a captain. Like, you gotta be able to get the whole team together. It's not just like y'all need to respect that I'm the star and that I know what's going on. I got it. Whatever. No, like, y'all should feel like, okay, we all doing this. We here. It should be a we thing.
Yeah.
And, I mean, and, you know, that's how I look at things. I'm a point guard though.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I think that I said earlier, man. I think that this entire ordeal, just with celebrities and people showing support for Rory and Mal and giving their 2 cents on how Joe is as a businessman, how he is as a leader, you can best believe that these corporations are looking at that. They're man, if you don't
they
think
were looking at it since Spotify though.
yeah, but if you don't think that if you'd be a fool like not to think that these people are these big corporations are not listening to Kevin Hart. You know what I'm saying? Arguably one of the best businessmen in his field, like just as a black businessman that made it, like Heartbeat Productions, his own shit. Like whether you think he's funny or not, nigga's a great businessman. Yeah. So if you don't think that, whoever he had lined up heard that and was like, all right, Joe, I think we're just gonna pump the brakes for a little minute, man, till all this shit dies down. And that's just they're out. And this man, and I'm not gonna say it's unfortunate, but fortunate enough for Rory and Mal, they was able to get out. But God don't allow shit like that to happen, man.
Yeah, cause I do love the show. I think it's a great show. I think it's amazing.
I can't fuck with him, man. I can't fuck with Joe no more, man. When he was
tough.
when he said that, this is what got to me though. When he was like, I bring all the deals. Of course my percentage is gonna be different. You bring the deals, you get a different percentage. And I was like, nigga, this is Joe Budden Podcast, Joe Budden Network. Like your name is on this. It'd be different if it was called fucking like I'll name this podcast later, LLC. Like ENT, nigga, this is Joe Budden, your name. So that means this, whatever happens with this ideology, like this, this business that is the Joe Budden Podcast, the Joe Budden Network, nigga, that is you as a person.
Yeah.
So whether the shit goes down in flames, that is him.
Yeah, it's I don't know. He said a lot of things that I didn't respect at all. And even before knowing all like the details and stuff, the fact that Mal had a problem with something, immediately sent something to me because like we said, you can tell Mal is like a straight principle, a real nigga type of person. Like if he sees something that ain't sitting right, he's not gonna mess with it at all. So the fact that he was upset with something, I'm like,
yeah. When he was like, man, it ain't even about the money. I was like, shit, this shit really is bad.
Yeah, it's over. It's over. And I still wish Joe the best. I think that Joe literally needs to sit down and just self-reflect on things, because when Kevin Hart was speaking about leadership, it's not just the Joe Budden Network. We've seen relationships fail, right? And I have this thought in my head that he agrees with the wrong Kevin, because we see him sit down and talk to Kevin Samuels, and they have so much to say about women, and it's just like, but look at the men that's trying to lead women. You know what I mean? Like, you can't want this type of woman and not be a leader. Like, you can't do that. Like, what are you want this and are giving the other thing. And so I think it's a internal thing that he needs to, we talked about ego, we talked about leadership, we talked about respect, right? It's all these things that he needs to work on with himself, and then life gets better after that, right? In your relationship, in your podcast, and business. And then also I ask myself the question with, can creators be businessmen? Because businessmen have to be
it's a different mindset.
Schemy. They have to think this, they have to do this, and creators are free spirited, like Joe Budden, right? So they do one day up and be like, I'm quitting that podcast deal, right? Because I'm a creator. I don't like the way things are moving in this industry. And businessmen, they can't do that, right? They know they got to play the long game. They have to build as many relationships and friendships with people. So, because the person that is friends with Spotify is friends with Cash App, right? Like, it's not going to work. You're burning bridges, basically.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so
you don't want to do that.
I think that is also something he is dealing with. I tried to think of other.
No, you're right. But I think the sooner Joe realizes that his position, like, in this world, and not even just in like business, like podcasting, I think he, and probably no one ever told him, but his position in this world is he is a change agent. You know what I'm saying? So whenever he comes into something and he wants to make it better, he wants to change it, or where he sees someone, where he sees a flaw like in the system, or he wants to, like, he sees a glitch in the matrix, which isn't for the podcasters or the creators. I think that he takes it upon himself. He makes it his personal mission to be like, I'm going to change this for the people that come after me. But I think he loses himself. and knowing that the mission isn't for him, it's for people that come after him. But I think he knows that initially, but he's like, all right, also I'm gonna change and I'm gonna try to get as much money and keep as much control as I can, which ultimately makes it harder for the people that comes behind him. They be like, we just had to deal with this last person.
Yeah, he made this point, right? And it summed up his attitude that needs to change, right? Because his therapist was saying, well, Joe, yes, you're the CEO, yes, you're the boss, right? But you guys don't even have weekly meetings, so you wouldn't know what they're dealing with anyways, because that's when you can come to, if they're your employees, that's when they can come to you with issues that they're having in the company. And he was like, have you ever tried a voting system? He was like, there was a voting system at Complex. There was a voting system at Love and Hip Hop.
He was like, I always get voted out.
I always get voted out because I'm the only one that wants to change. And that is the issue there. So I think Joe created his own so he could run it his own way. And he's going to lose everyone doing that because at the end of the day, you need a team to be as successful, right? You need See the Thing Is and Girl I Guess to have a network because Joe Budden podcast can't run alone.
Nah.
So
Yeah, Joe messy though. Even with those two podcasts, it was rough.
Well,
it was
we can
bad
go
leadership.
right into that. Yeah.
Bad leadership. When I remember when See the Thing Is came, I was like, oh man, this is gonna be cool. You know, I seen Mandy on Horrible Decisions, and I didn't know who like the other chicks were. I'm not gonna lie. So, you know, it was happening, and then boom, the Girl I Guess podcast. You know, they have. Was Ming Lee and Karen Civil. All right, so boom, they do their media, like they drop their like promo video, and like they're able to have a different type of relationship with Joe and call him while he's on air and like all this other shit. And the See the Thing Is podcast, those ladies feel, you know, a little slighted, and he's like, well, they're bringing he says like, oh well. You know, they do their own thing. You know, they don't need me as much. You know, and so they had a little banter. You know, back and forth. As you know, if you watch them, you could tell. But it was just due to poor leadership. Like, there's no way you have, you know, your shooting guard into it with your small forward and you the point guard, like Davell said. You know, if you're the leader of the team, you don't have that. You don't do that in your business. Now you don't see, you know, the CEO of Nike, you know, beefing with fucking Converse. Even though they're under the same umbrella. You don't see it.
But Wendy's and McDonald's be going back and forth.
Yeah. But they ain't fucking Whataburger. Yeah, man. But yeah, lack of leadership, bro. Lack of leadership.
Yeah. And so going in with that, with the See the Thing Is podcast, Olivia Dope had left the podcast. And I was wondering why she wasn't there. Because I've seen some episodes here and there. I'm not like, you know, a consistent viewer, but I've watched episodes here and there.
I started watching after she left. I ain't gonna lie. It was only for like.
Yeah, I was wondering. I don't know if they ever said anything on the podcast about it, but yeah, I was wondering why she was gone. Like, I was like, okay, I guess she's just gone. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I do remember that podcast when that particular episode when like everything happened that she was talking about. Joe Budden grinding on her, calling her a bitch and telling her to press buttons, and in her video that she released, she was like, you know, how am I gonna be a mother and tell my daughter, you know, not to allow a man to treat you like that, and I'm allowing a man to talk to me like that, you know, degrading me, you know, and working in.
I do now remember. Now that you said that, and me and Dom was talking about this too, and it still didn't click.
Yeah.
I did see that episode, and she looked visibly, like visibly.
You brought it up.
She was no, but I'm saying I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm saying I didn't actually see. Oh, did I bring it up?
You brought it up in one of our episodes.
Oh, it just came back to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was like visibly. You could tell she was uncomfortable. She was upset. She was like she was not good.
No, she actually said it. She was like, "This is uncomfortable."
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. It was okay. Wow, I did see that. Okay.
Yeah, I think it also was Olivia's pretty stylish. I'm just gonna say it like that. And Mandy and Bridget kind of wear oversized t-shirts, Jordans or whatever, and Joe Budden literally goes, shout out to Olivia for keeping the sexy in the podcast. She's the only one that looks good. And I think Bridget's jersey was like a little mesh at the time, and then Joe was like, I gotta squint to see your titties, and like it was really, 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 really wild.
Yeah, and she said that
Extremely wild.
in her video that she released, she talked about timestamps in the video in the episode that was released about where they had to edit because of things that Joe said, with him saying like, I want to fuck you, I want to fuck you, and we could be hip, we can be podcasts, like the podcast power couple and shit.
And this is coming off of him not knowing. So, okay, there was a See the Thing Is episode that was released literally today as we're recording. And Bridget actually had her therapist on there. And they got into it and they divulged it, and all of the... I guess I can say that Bridget and Mandy were getting a lot of flack for this or whatever. And so I guess Bridget was just explaining that they all were uncomfortable. So uncomfortable to the point that after the scene cut, because Joe wasn't on there for the full podcast, he did like the first 25 minutes and then it was just the three girls. And so after they took a break after Joe, and literally everyone like embraced, and this is just what I'm hearing from Bridget, everyone embraced Olivia. Even Joe was like, was that too much? I'm sorry if I was being extra, blah, blah, blah. Where Bridget asked Olivia, was she okay? Parks was like, hey, you let me know what you want me to cut out, because that was a lie. She said, from Savon to Screaming, everyone in that room just felt awkward.
See, and that says, if everybody in the room knows, like, this ain't...
And then...
I mean, but how did you, like, how are you as a man that can just sit there and be like, hey, bro, you can just allow them to...
That's another thing.
Not check their homeboy.
But the dudes that was there, which one of them was going to check Joe?
Bro, it don't matter. Like, bro, it don't matter what their position is or what that company or how they view Joe. Man, fuck that, bro.
And so that's another conversation, because so Mandy says Olivia tells Parks, no, we can keep it in. It's fine. And Mandy says she went and made the executive decision to tell Parks, no, that was nasty. Take it out. So Mandy and Bridget kind of just felt this flack from social media, like, you don't know what behind the scenes. We're not discrediting this woman for feeling the way she feel. We're standing with her, but we did embrace, we did ask, and all of these things. And they said she recorded 3 episodes after that and then quit. So they were actually off guarded by the quit and didn't know that was a reflection. I'm pretty sure they had like a gut feeling, but that wasn't a direct reflection of why she quit until her Instagram video 2 days ago.
And I could understand why people would immediately look at the other two like, well, they still on the show. Why are they not? Why are y'all even still doing it if he's doing these type of things and stuff like that? So I can get that. That's a tough situation there.
So then to talk about what Peanut is saying about men standing up, and which we have this conversation all the time when it comes to Tory Lanez and Megan and everyone, men standing up and taking accountability for their friends and for their men. That doesn't happen.
Especially
it doesn't.
It doesn't happen, and for that situation specifically, like, because like, and this goes back to Joe's personality and ego and everything like that. Like, he's the guy. So like, imagine Savon coming to him like, yo, you for real gotta chill out or whatever. I could see Joe just being like,
who are
Shut
you?
the fuck up, Savon.
Yeah.
Like,
and that was literally, so back to Rory and Maul situation on Savon's podcast. It was titled "Get It Out the Mud." He talks about how Joe, as a boss, needs to realize that his employers are going to talk behind his back. We're going to vent. We're going to say some things that you just don't need to know. And Joe goes on the episode to Savon and was like, I watched your podcast episode, but why you don't say shit like that to my face? Mm-hmm. Why you don't check me? But Savon is like, in that episode on his podcast, he was talking about how lightning doesn't strike twice, and how he feels like this is a once in a lifetime opportunity to work with this big network and podcasting, and he didn't know where to stand between Rory and Maul and Joe Budden and what to say and how to say it, and so I guess his podcast was a way of releasing, and then Joe heard it, but.
Yeah, I can understand that. Like, Savon's like, he's like a young guy. Like, how old? He probably like 20. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. So and you got this great opportunity and all that stuff. So it's like, it's almost like if it's like you was in your workplace and you had this great job or whatever, but your boss, you see the CEO do something that you feel like is not right. You don't agree with that. Your immediate reaction ain't to go up to him and be like, yo, you gotta chill out, bro. You wild and you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You thinking about your job.
Why not, though?
Because you worried about your job.
Yeah.
Man, it's security in that as well, man. You know, with if you seen your supervisor doing some shit, or the CEO, whoever the fuck it was, doing like some sexual harassment shit, right?
Call it a number. Speaking up.
Now, I mean, even if you say it to him, you know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do? Fire you? You know, and if you fire you, you're gonna be like, all right, well, okay.
It's not necessarily the firing part. It's like the repercussions that come from that. So like you're gonna, it's little stuff that you're gonna have to deal with on a daily, which you can still report to HR. But I mean, you never know the relationships and stuff that they have with certain people. So.
Like, people different than me, man. You gotta be able to live with yourself. You know.
You do, but you also, there is a fear, especially with black people and especially with black women in the workplace, right? There is a fear of speaking up. I am actually in the middle of reading this book called Nice Girls Don't Get the Corner Office, meaning that yeah, and it's so real, and it's so many things that I red flag myself on. I have no idea.
I heard it.
There's so many things that I red flagged myself on from doing in the corporate office, where you try to be this nice girl and you think that's the way to win, but honestly you do have to speak up for yourself and you do have to say things like that. But a lot of women are scared to, or are timid, or feel
not white women.
Pressures of course not
white women.
Yeah, no.
The pressures of being attacked or harassed by their boss or less than.
Yeah, speaking from experience, you know, like I had to learn that too the hard way. Like I used to be I felt like my work ethic speaks volumes, and I didn't know how to like boast on myself per se. And you know, like I was seeing people get like passing me up, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like knowing dang well like they're not putting in the time that I'm putting in, they're not getting the results that I'm getting. And it wasn't until I started speaking out that I started, you know, getting where I need to be. So yeah.
And to go like what I'm saying, like with white women and really just white people in general, they're not afraid to speak up because they have that security. And I think as black people, we're taught to do whatever it is to keep the job. Like whatever you got to do to keep the job, you got to keep it. And that's just a mindset that a lot of black people have.
I feel that.
That slave mentality that we have.
I don't have that mentality.
It's that mentality.
I don't have that.
And it's just something so simple as like in the book it was talking about you can be the hardest working person in that office, right? But the guy that sits and talks to his boss 10 minutes about the NBA game last night is getting the promotion, is getting the raise. It's about relationships. It's about no one, as long as the work gets done, no one cares how it got done, who stayed to 8 p.m. to get it done. Like that, nothing matters at that point but the relationship that you build.
Checkers, not chess.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Hey, but you know, I go off of you know, hey, the cookie's gonna crumble, man. Let the cookie crumble, man. Like when it comes to the workplace, like, this is how I live my life, bro. When it comes to shit like that, when it comes to jobs and relationships and shit like that, I just view it as it's gonna go the way that it's meant to go. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not bound to one job or one company forever because I have. This is just me. This is how I'm wired. I know that when it comes to that kind of shit, wherever I'm at in whatever field, whatever position, I am just there to learn something, and I know that I'm like going to do something greater than that or something better than that. Yeah. Whenever I get there, no matter who my boss is, black, white, green, woman, man, it doesn't matter. Like there's nobody like, and there's nobody, no matter who they are, what they do, their title, they can never be like, oh, I'm not gonna promote you because you know, because I don't like you because of this, that, and the third. Like, okay, all right, well, I may not get it here, I'm gonna get it somewhere.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I got it out the mud to get here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Best believe I got it to, you know, go further for sure. Like, you gonna get that corner office time. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah. And Dom, I'm gonna write that one point you put down about the when you was talking about leadership, and then you put it on in relationships too. That's a good topic for later. I'm gonna remember that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, man.
Glad to be back.
Yeah, man.
Okay, before we get off of the Joe Budden situation, specifically with the Olivia Dope and sexual harassment, I guess, do you still do Say Less, Do More?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save it.
Right.
So, is Joe Budden canceled for that?
No.
I feel like, see, the thing is,
See what you did there.
no pun intended.
see, the thing is, like, you know, I feel like everybody expects this from Joe. just from like previous relationships outside the podcast and stuff that we've seen on TV. So it's like a lot of this is not a shocker because, you know, like we said, he has a big ego. He always...
And that's how he talks on the podcast. On his own podcast. That's how he talks.
That's how
it's
he
not
is.
It's not directed at a single person, but those exact things he
And
says.
I'm so glad you pointed that out because I think that, and it's hard to say what I'm about to say and tell the world right now that I'm not caping for Joe Budden.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is performative.
Yeah.
A lot of it is extremely like I truly believe, and that's why I say, first of all, I don't believe in cancel because we don't give people the room to grow anymore. Soon as someone does something wrong, you want to cancel them, and then they're out of here. And then your mama is doing the same thing at home, so whatever.
Yeah.
But it's the same reason why I dislike Joe is the same reason that I'm about to say because he does get to
hold
say.
on, before you say that, which part is performative? The on-air personality.
Yes, the extraness, the act, and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I think it's all. I truly believe as a man, you cannot say those things, and it's all wrong. And I think that those are probably his true feelings. So I don't think he's acting.
No, yeah, but it's just.
But it's extra. If you have to cut the mic and be like, "That was a lot," you knew that was a lot.
Because he's doing his thing.
Yeah.
But he's like, okay, I got kind of caught up in it.
I think today they call it clout chasing. Like he's just trying to go viral. He's trying to get those clicks, right?
Yeah.
And so this is my exact feelings on the Rory and Mal thing that I once thought was reconcilable. You can't say something performative and say something out of emotion and then the next week come back and apologize for it. Like, that just is not how that works. If you're going to say it and be extra knowing you shouldn't say it, stand 10 toes on it.
Yeah, yeah. Especially
like,
if you know.
Because you know that you're being extra. You know that was wrong. You know you can get canceled for that. He says that all the time. This going to get me in trouble, but I'm going to say it anyways. So then don't come back when the media has a problem with it and try to apologize to Rory for firing him like that. This ain't live.
Right.
You could have cut that out. That episode didn't have to come. You know what I mean?
It didn't.
And so he talks about, y'all don't see what goes on behind the scenes. I called Savon before that episode came out. It was like, should I do this? And y'all still didn't come to the conclusion that you shouldn't. But you put it on YouTube so people can get it. And then an hour later it was like, take that down. Knowing everybody already got the clips. So it's all performative in that sense. And so it's just like, if you're going to be a clown and a dick, then stand 10 toes on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Way to summarize it down.
Yeah, because that's why I asked that question, because I don't feel like he will be canceled or nothing like that. And like Nike said, like that's why Nike said that. Like I expect that from him because it was consistent with his on-air personality.
Yeah, he may not be canceled by social media standards, but in the world of business, I think it's over with.
Oh, for sure.
It's a rapid taste. Everything he worked for, what he thought he was going to get, or what he thought he may have deserved, and which he may have, it's not happening no more.
For sure. 100%.
It's not happening, man.
R.I.P.
Yeah, it's not happening, man.
He can't go get Ack.
Nah. Because Ack gonna be carrying him.
He can't get Kevin.
I truly believe that he can still get academics though.
I don't think so.
Have you watched the Twitch?
Yes.
Academics literally says me and Joe will make millions together soon.
I don't know.
And Complex or whoever it is will pick that right on up. And it's going to be a thing. Like we have to also remember the world we're living in. People are living for drama. People want to see Joe. Like Mal and Rory's new podcast that they're supposed to be coming out with is going to do numbers for the first 2 weeks solely off of what are they talking about.
Yeah.
Joe, Savon talks about his Get It Out the Mud, where he literally spent the whole 3 hours talking about that situation. His podcast did the most numbers and got the most subscribers he ever had seen in his life. Because they know we want anyone that's involved in this situation to talk about it. I'm running to see. The thing is, I haven't watched it in 3 months, but I want to know what they're gonna say about Olivia.
We love the drama.
That's what's gonna happen.
Same thing with the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
That's true, because I told them like I said, I've seen episodes of. See, the thing is, like maybe 3, 4, or 5, something like that. But whenever I saw that Kevin Samuels commented on the episode, I went and watched. I wanted to see what's going on. I want to see what's happening. So
they boil the boy in.
Boil
him in.
He a supporter, low-key.
And at the end of the day, Joe Budden is entertaining. He will bring the drama and the antics, the comedy, the rants, all that stuff. He's gonna bring all emotion and all that stuff. So at the end of the day, he is entertaining. So I could see him still doing something. Maybe, like I said, it could be with academics or whatever, doing whatever. Because there's still an audience for Joe Budden.
For sure. So I guess the moral to wrap it all up is: do you still support Joe Budden?
So I don't like how he treated Rory and Mal, and the way he thinks, I think it's very one sided. He's not. It's a lot of respect he just does not show for them. He shows more respect for Mal, but boy, almost absolutely none for Rory, which is crazy. He has zero respect for Rory. I'll say I'm not as invested. I wouldn't say that I'm completely gone, because that'd be a lie. I'm gonna still probably check it out, see what's going on, whatever like that. But I lost some respect.
Nike.
Well, for me, I would say because I already knew like the characters that Joe played prior to the podcast. I never really was fully vested in the podcast because of like me knowing his media personality, I guess. So I never really got vested in the podcast. As you can see, I was real quiet during this whole little segment right here that we talked about because I never really was vested in the podcast. But I'm not gonna say I'm completely dismissing him because I've already accepted him for what he is prior to even watching his podcast. So I mean, it is what it is. It's not like I'm dying to watch another episode of the Joe Budden podcast or anything like that. But you know, as far as if I ever had the opportunity to do business with Joe Budden, I would never. So that's just my 2 cents.
And what was the question again?
Do you support Joe Budden?
Nah, it's a rap. It's a rapid taste. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna listen to these next few episodes from Rory, from Academics, from Brilliant Idiots, from the most probably one of the best podcasts that's out right now, which is Wayno. I'm gonna listen to him, and just to get the aftermath. But for the most part, nah, it's just too much shit that like I don't agree with. I don't stand on that. I can't support that shit, you know. And I thought he could bounce back with Ice and Ish, but I mean, they're gonna come in on these next episodes and probably not talk. They're not gonna talk about it like extensively. So, and Joe gonna dance around it. I've been noticing these past few episodes, Joe been dancing around a lot of shit. And for him to say that he puts his life on display, but nah, for the most part, no. It's a rapid taste. It's a rapid taste.
I wonder, he could be getting sued for defamation of character.
Who, Rory Moore?
Yeah. I mean, or especially Rory.
Or the contract that they had with all these streaming services.
They don't have any.
They got a contract no more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do I support Joe? But
Do you? We know you a big fan. You said if they come out with a Patreon, I'm gonna buy the Patreon.
And I paid $25 a month.
That shit was $25 a month.
There
that shit was highway robbery.
It's different tiers.
If you were a friend
So
of
you
the
got top
show,
tier?
$10. If you were a family member of the show, which I was,
Yeah,
$25.
She's cousin.
And then when Mal and Rory took their hiatus, I did go to friend of a show, so I started paying $10 because I was like, they're not here.
Damn,
but
$25 a month.
Yeah,
big money.
Boy, that's Hulu, Netflix.
It was expensive, but
Disney Plus.
I do not, and this is the fine line, right? Because I don't support Joe Budden's actions, but I am such a person that believes that everyone is willing to grow and everyone needs help, and I just believe that he has affected and ruined so many other people because he's broken himself. So I support the growth and the maturity in him coming around to that. Now, do I support the Joe Budden podcast? Is a no. Because the Joe Budden podcast is Rory Mal and Joe Budden as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. So anybody else that's on there, it's a wrap. I'm not watching it.
So does he need to change the name or?
No, he can keep it because he's still Joe, but
he need to change the name of it.
I'm not watching it.
Anybody gonna do business with the Joe Budden podcast?
So Dom,
it's time for some rebranding,
Dom can
baby.
Separate friendship and business. She said,
Yeah, and I'm because I don't want to say I'm canceling Joe Budden because that means canceling See the Thing Is, which I do like Mandy and Bridget, and I do like that podcast. Yeah, I haven't gotten into Girl I Guess. I'm not gonna say why on here, but yeah. So I don't know.
Aren't y'all glad we didn't name the podcast after one of us?
Man.
So if in the event that somebody was to leave, we can just kind of carry the name.
Yeah, like this, it's over with. I'm not gonna say it's over because he's still gonna do fantastic. Like this next episode probably gonna be the most numbers he ever seen for an episode. I can probably damn near guarantee that. But
I can see the Joe Budden podcast itself going strictly to Patreon.
I don't know how that's going. How many? Does it show the number of like subscribers they have on Patreon? No.
I don't know, but I think it shows views, and I mean. I had the 25 tier, and it was a lot of comments, like an hour into the show, like 250 as soon as the show dropped. So there's a lot of people on that tier. And there was it's called Discord, which was it's a big group me for everyone. Yeah. And I mean, thousands of people in there. So people were paying.
That's crazy.
People they got a large fan base.
Bro, we need to do Patreon, bro.
But I would say I need y'all to show us some love like that.
Man, we got to do some wild shit. Put on Patreon, $10 episode.
Man, we're gonna have to talk about Dime or something behind the back or something like that.
That wouldn't work.
Gotta tell Peanut it ain't none of his business.
Man,
this podcast got nothing to do with you.
Nothing to do with
wild
you.
Stuff, man.
But yeah, we'll see how it turns out.
Yeah, man,
for sure.
What else we got?
Y'all want to keep going, or y'all want to? All right, because there was a lot of stuff that happened this weekend. This past week.
What was you trying to take a break?
No. I'm good. I was just saying, we about to hit that 2-hour mark. So
damn, for real?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can keep chugging.
All right, we keep going. All right, so what else has been in the news this week? Oh, Lil Reese.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
Y'all seen that video though?
Yeah.
Yeah, disgusting.
Yeah, that's just crazy. Like, so who wants to kind of brief us on what happened with Lil Reese?
Shit,
I don't even know.
Only thing we know is Lil Reese was in a parking garage.
Still a stolen car.
Yeah, he was in the stolen. I want to say it was a Trackhawk or Durango SRT or something like that. And yeah, shit, people caught up with him, and him and 2 of his other friends were shot. And it's on video. The aftermath is on video. It was a lady recording him laying down on the ground and shit. Like, yeah, bitch ass nigga. You didn't think he was gonna catch up with you? Yada yada. This nigga is bleeding from his head, shot in the head.
Eyes rolling back in his
man.
That shit is crazy. I couldn't watch the whole thing.
Yeah. So, and a report just came out today actually that he's more than likely gonna lose sight in one of his eyes.
He already lost his voice, damn near.
Yeah, cause was last year, or the year before, he got shot in the neck.
Yeah.
With an AR. So. Yeah, man. And he's been shot multiple times before that. But yeah, prayers up for Lil Reese, man. He got to get out of Chicago.
He just need to make smart decisions. Like, he's still in the
Chicago.
street. He's still in the streets doing stupid stuff.
He got to get out. Everybody that made it got out of there.
Yeah, but they go to Atlanta, which is no better.
Well, shit. He can do what Chief Keef did. Go to L.A.
Chief Keef he's the only one that went to L.A.
Now, Lil Bibby did, too. Lil Bibby.
Yeah, Lil Bibby did. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, everybody else going to Atlanta.
Yeah, man. But, that's all we got for Lil Reese right now, man. Prayers up for him, the Grim Reaper.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it, man. We hope he get better.
Yeah, and then to the other guys as well. I don't know what the status is of the other 2 gentlemen that was with him, but
yeah, that video was gruesome. That was a gruesome video, man.
Yeah. I don't know if we're gonna get into new music or not after this, but y'all hear that there's been speculations of Nicki Minaj on cocaine.
That's one of them weird things about celebrities. If they said any celebrities on cocaine, I'd be like, okay.
It's not a shocker.
I might believe it.
She also came out on an Instagram Live and said, any drug that I've ever did, I've rapped about it, and I wouldn't be afraid to admit that if I was on cocaine. I have been around cocaine several times in my life, have friends, especially the fashion girls that do cocaine, and I'm just good on that. She said, if you want to know some weird shit I'm into, I like sniffing alcohol.
That's weird.
What
kind
of alcohol?
So that's why she was sniffing and stuff like that in the interview.
Well, she said she has always had terrible allergies. Anybody that she's ever been on tour with could say that. She takes an Allegra every day.
So this is the first interview we actually seen the allergies.
That's not that weird to me though.
It's always a hater in the building.
I'm just asking.
That's not that weird to me though. I kind of like the smell of gas. Yeah. For some reason.
Nah, that shit. Like,
for some reason, the smell of gas, I don't know. It's not that bad. I'm just gonna say it. You know, throw some.
If she is doing
lavender.
cocaine, I wouldn't doubt it.
I don't put anything past anybody, but I don't also just jump to believe it. But
I don't think because someone's sniffling on a video, they're doing cocaine. That's the only thing I can say.
Oh yeah. If that's the evidence, then I need more evidence than that. But and then say they did a little montage of her doing the little sniffling, and then she doing her Roman thing like, then I might be like, oh wait, you on to something.
Yeah, man. Her and Drake, they went live on Friday. You know.
For sure.
Yeah, man. He's calling her the queen. Said that we need her back. The streets miss her. You miss her, down?
Of course.
Man, shout out.
Do
to
y'all
me.
think that Nicki Minaj notoriety, status, legacy has gone up since this little hiatus?
For sure. I mean,
because it seems like everybody now, all of a sudden, everybody just wants to pay her flowers and.
I don't.
Nah, I would say so.
I think
that her notoriety has.
I think
went up since
it's always been.
Since she just kind of just stopped. Like,
absence make the heart grow fonder, man. I think she can come back and do whatever she wants to do.
And much like Joe, Nicki has also been performative, and we have always told her to stop. Well, I have personally stop the act and the queen radio, and you don't have to argue with everyone. And we know all these bitches are your sons, and we just want the music and the fashion. That's what we love Nicki for. And so I do think once she stopped going back and forth with everyone, once she stopped posting all the numbers, we know you're number one in every category. You are the biggest rapper ever, female rapper ever. So. Yeah, I think once she stopped all that.
I don't think Nicki now to be a normal person no more.
Oh, it's hard when she's a celebrity.
What?
Have you seen Nicki on Instagram Live?
Yeah, I just watched the last one.
She's as normal as she's actually more normal than.
I mean, so what makes her get online and address the people that say that she's on cocaine? Do you think if I'm if I'm famous, I get on
really on cocaine?
If I'm famous, I get on Instagram Live. I got X amount of people looking, and I'm sniffing. And she said in that, and I watched it in the Instagram Live. She was like, "Oh, someone just gave me something that's very sentimental. I was crying, so that's why I'm sniffling." Yada yada.
Well, I could understand that. Like you saying, if you was a regular person, let's say.
No. If I was a famous person. And I was sniffling on my thing, and I said in my live, I was like, "Oh, this is why." Do you think I'm gonna get back on there tomorrow and be like, "Nah, niggas, I ain't on cocaine."
Well, did y'all see the person that said something about it?
It was Azalea Banks. She is
literally another female rapper came out and was like, "Nicki, I've been there before. You need to chill out with the cocaine. That shit not hot no more. We did that 5 years ago. You need to get..." She was literally takes
a cokehead to no one.
In. She was literally going... she was literally going in on her. And Nicki literally said, "I have for so long let people bash me and not say something. I took the Beyonce route. But I'm not as strong as Beyonce, so I'm going to come and try to refute everything y'all are saying." And she tried to be as open and honest as possible. "I'll pop a perk," she said. I've done that. I do that. That is my type of drug if I want to have fun and have a good time. But I have never and will never. She's like, there's some drugs I'll do, but I have never sniffed cocaine. And I don't think that to be that candid, it seems like... Yeah. And I'm going to throw the new mom in there. It seems like she's trying to take another route. Okay, I'll let shit slide for a very long time. Y'all not going to stomp on my new release with cocaine rumors. Because I'm sniffling. Not because there was powder under my nose. Not because I was acting high. Because I'm sniffling.
Yeah, that's not a lot of evidence, and that going that route of just kind of trying to be candid and just be open and saying
evidence. Electric chair.
I need to see the coke.
Electric chair.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see going that route and just trying to be, hey, I'll do this, and that, but no, I ain't never done that or whatever. Now, Azalea Banks coming in as hey, I'm a cokehead, and I recognize another cokehead.
Coke recognized Coke.
Coke recognized Coke.
I see the symptoms.
I see it. I did those same things with your eyes. You see how your eye was blinking? I did the same thing.
Nah, but she been hating on
But
Nicki.
Azalea, I don't believe nothing Azalea say, honestly.
And I just don't see, now, because like I said, I'm not putting nothing past anybody.
Yeah, you can't put that.
So if she did do coke, I just don't see the idea of getting on IG Live to combat the fact that you don't do coke when you do coke. You know what I mean? Just let that shit ride. And keep it
yeah, I'd
pushing,
be like, ooh, let that one roll.
Yeah.
Let it roll over.
Let
Let it
the
roll
wind
over.
blow. Let the wind blow.
Don't
over.
say that, Nike.
Chris Brown don't address any
Let it
coke
roll
rumors.
over. Let it roll over.
Soulja Boy neither.
Yeah, I did that.
Just let it roll.
Yeah.
Just let it roll. Just
And we
let
know
it
them
roll.
niggas is on coke.
They gonna forget.
100%.
They gonna forget eventually.
Hey, Nikki, you gonna let us know? It's okay, man.
Y'all think they forgot about my Beyonce comments? Hell no. They
Man.
still talking about my the salary thing for me.
Ah, man.
Yeah, we can't let you forget that.
What you say about Beyonce?
Can't let you forget that.
I don't even remember honestly. What did I say?
Yeah,
know.
Nike done said some things on here. Nike
Hey,
said
I'm
some
trying.
things.
I'm clout chasing.
Yeah, Nike done said some things, boy.
I'm clout chasing.
The fans got a few buttons to push with you, Nike. They like,
Hey, I got hands though, so y'all want to see me in the street? Let me know.
I'm dead.
Man. What else been shaking this week?
Naomi Campbell had a baby girl recently at 50 years old.
Congrats, man.
congratulations.
That came out of nowhere. Way to hide a pregnancy.
Was she pregnant?
Yeah.
Nah, she wasn't pregnant.
Yeah, I don't think
She just had it.
Are you sure?
it's just, nah, she had that Beyonce pregnancy.
I think she had that Beyonce pregnancy.
She had that candy burst.
Yeah, it just the baby just appeared.
Beyonce was pregnant.
She wasn't pregnant.
So
Naomi
y'all can't just sit
Campbell.
here and say that she wasn't pregnant. That girl might have been that lady might have been pregnant. We didn't know.
Well, it said Naomi Campbell had a baby. When did we ever hear that Naomi Campbell was pregnant? She wasn't gone for
She
9
kept it on
months.
hush.
To be fair, I don't know the last time I've seen Naomi Campbell.
That's what I'm saying. She been quiet. She ain't been in no news, no outlets, no nothing. She just been quarantined.
I don't know if Naomi Campbell was pregnant.
Dang, having a baby at 50. Ooh.
Hey, shout out to her though. Like if that
For sure.
first bundle of joy. Shout out to her, whether
Oh, yeah.
she carried it or
Definitely,
not.
definitely,
You know.
definitely.
Hey, man, that's what happened when you stop doing that coke.
Hey,
You come back fertile again.
hey.
Shout out to her, man. We love you.
Yeah,
Queen.
man. What else we got going on? Y'all want to move into sports, or y'all want to stay on?
Man, what's been popping in the sports world?
The sports world.
My boy Kobe got inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it was a beautiful thing.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Having his family there, Michael Jordan speaking. Yeah, it's beautiful. You know, Kobe always gonna get respect, always gonna get love.
I couldn't watch it.
Oh yeah, I know it's tough for you, Nike.
Yeah, I would have cried the whole
Yeah,
time.
yeah, it's tough. Yeah, having his daughter up there and all that is it's a tearjerker. It is.
See,
It's
I
still to this day. Still to this day. But salute, obviously to the Mamba, and Gigi and all that, and just overall that class of inductees.
Tim Duncan.
You got Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett. Like it was a great class. Honestly, all of them are cold.
You know what I think is amazing about this whole class? You know, so from a WNBA standpoint, Tamika Catchings got inducted into the Hall of Fame, and Tamika and Kobe both grew up together.
I
They
didn't know that.
grew up together in Italy. So Kobe was a year older than Tamika, but yeah, they grew up together in Italy. So it's just cool to see the fact that, you know, here they are 8, 9 years old in Italy, and they both got inducted into the Hall of Fame together. So
Definitely. Shout out.
That's
Shout
dope.
out to him. Shout out to him. Shout out on him.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. The only other thing in sports, maybe, you know, you got the playoffs about to start. So get y'all picks in now. Who y'all want to win it all? You know,
somebody said the Suns is looking good.
man, Suns might get put out in the first round. They're going to have to play the Lakers.
The Lakers isn't LeBron hurt?
I mean, he back.
Lakers been stinking it up, but
He's back, though. I mean, his ankle probably ain't 100%, but
man, this nigga was just crib walking on video the other day. That nigga, all right.
look, he got the same injury Drake had. Drake,
Hey, Drake gave us a 3-pack though. Brian ain't do nothing.
man, Drake about to piss me off. I'm about to be on Nike's side in a little bit.
Hey, come on.
Come on. I'm inching closer to Nike this whole
Come on.
This whole
Come
time
on
I've been
over.
inching closer to Nike
Come
because
on
Drake
over.
pisses me off now.
Hey, Kendrick ain't dropped either.
Y'all been
so
waiting
it's
for
all
a
right.
Now wait a minute. Now Kendrick didn't say he was
He
dropping.
never said it.
Kendrick ain't do no
Never said it.
teasers
Never
last
said it.
November or last October. Or
Been a
whenever
whole
it
year.
was.
Drake was supposed to drop a year ago.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm not here to talk about Drake. I ain't
Don't look
here
at
for
me
that.
like that, Don.
Look,
Disrespectful.
I'm just saying.
Kwame Brown and slap Drake, man.
What Kwame doing?
Bet that nigga Kwame crazy, man. Kwame was the number 1 pick. Washington Wizards was like 2000,
2001.
Yeah, like
2001.
Yeah, man. So, real brief, man. There's a podcast called All the Smoke Podcast with Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes, and they have a host of celebrities and ex-athletes that come on there, to talk about the real and the world of sports, right? And one of their most recent episodes, they had Gilbert Arenas on there, and Gilbert Arenas was talking about Kwame Brown. They were just talking about bust, guys that bust, NBA bust. Yeah. And Kwame Brown's, his name was brought up by Gilbert Arenas, and Gilbert was saying that Kwame's spirit was broken by Jordan. Jordan, he was selected number 1 overall. He played with Jordan, being selected by your idol and going in, and Jordan just pretty much broke his confidence as a player. That's why he never matured into what people thought he would be. And, some jokes was made, and Kwame Brown did not appreciate that at all. Kwame Brown been on a 24-hour tirade, and they called. He was talking about Matt Barnes. He was calling, what was he calling that nigga? He called him Becky with the good hair. He was talking about Matt Barnes. He was talking about Derek Fisher, how he took his old lady. He said he that nigga started singing R. Kelly and shit.
He said he was like you light skinned with pretty hair and stuff. You supposed to be like Drake, taking other girls. You getting your girl taken. You want to smoke and drink all day and play cards, and you getting your girl taken. He's like, bitch ass nigga.
Yeah, man. Boy, yeah, and Kwame, that's been a long running joke about Kwame, being an NBA bust, man. And man, he been quiet for 20 years.
Yeah,
and you know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
What better time than to have your name brought up on a big sports podcast, and you chime in from the comfort of your home, smoking hookah.
Yeah,
and letting niggas know.
It is crazy because that's like probably the number 1 bust that comes to most people's mind. Anybody that watch the NBA, if you think like, oh, what's the biggest bust you think of? Most people gonna say Kwame Brown.
It's Greg Oden.
What about Xavier Henry?
He was a bust. Nah, he wasn't the biggest bust. No. But it'd probably be Kwame Brown and Greg Oden.
Greg Oden. Anthony Bennett.
Greg Oden.
But Greg Oden.
He was
he was injured.
No, he was selected over Kevin Durant.
He hurt his knees though, so he got a slight excuse because his knees went bad.
Bro,
it wasn't nothing he could do.
Bro, you got picked number 1 over Kevin Durant.
Your knees went out.
Come on, man. People ain't even heard of Greg Oden before.
Yeah, the knees went out. But Kwame Brown, there wasn't no injury. He just
didn't do good. Didn't show up.
So he had MJ and then went to Kobe.
Yeah.
So he had a rough time. Like you said, MJ gonna break his spirit. And Kobe ain't gonna help. Kobe ain't gonna help either.
Yeah, and then
Kobe wasn't gonna uplift him.
When he was in his response to All the Smoke podcast, he was like, "Yeah, me and Kobe went out and scored 82. Man, did y'all not see them pics them screens that I was setting for Kobe? You know what I'm saying? Kobe dropped 82 and we won, and then niggas was tearing him up. And the box score said he had 3 points.
Oh no! So he said he set up Kobe that whole game.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, Kwame funny. At this point, I would lean into the jokes. I would lean into the jokes at this point.
I think he is. He was, but I mean, he's one of them. The shit was serious, but the shit was funny. But it was funny,
serious. But he was serious. That's what made it funny too.
I played the best offense and defense.
Man, that nigga. Man, shout out to Kobe. But in Matt Barnes responded, Steven Jackson responded, and was like, man, I don't even, Steven Jackson was like, little bro, you know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing, do your thing, yada yada. And Matt Barnes was like, man, these last 24 hours, I don't know what's been going on. I get back on the internet, but that lets you know. Niggas is not fucking with Kwame Brown.
Oh yeah, Gilbert Arenas told a story on Instagram. Was like, I seen Kwame Brown and his
fight
brother
20 security guards.
Yeah, fight 20 security guards. He said each of them took 3 of them at first. They both took 3, and then after that, he was like, he said
he was knocking niggas out.
Yeah, he said he was talking to somebody, and he was like, I guess they don't need us. They don't need any help, like nothing, I guess. And he was like, good, like I didn't lift today. So,
he's like, and I like my face.
Yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah, man, shit crazy.
But yeah, that's all with sports.
Yeah.
I like your commentary.
Back to you, Nike.
All right. So back to me. So
that's funny.
In the world of TV, so you know how I think we were all on the podcast talking about, Netflix and all the TV shows that they brought back. And we talked about, I talked about girlfriends and how I didn't really like girlfriends. So I tried to give it another shot. And I realized I am Joan, and Joan is I.
I said that I was Joan also when I was watching Girlfriends. That's funny.
Even like right before y'all got here and I was watching the episode, and the episode when Joan thought she had a heart attack, that happened to me, literally. I thought I was
Joan
having
for completely different
I
reasons.
thought I was having a heart attack, but I mean, it still kind of fits, the 30, the single, not married, all that career focus. It kind of all adds up.
So that's why you think you Joan. Don, why do you think you Joan?
Why did I think I was Joan? Honestly, I think I just didn't think I was Tony, Maya, or Lynn.
So you related the most to Joan.
Yeah, but more so like career focus, and then she seems to be the friend that everybody has to come to with their problems.
You still young though, so you got a long way before you can become Joan.
I don't know.
So you Issa D. I don't know. I'm just...
Issa D?
Yeah, you might be. You might be a. I don't know.
What, if we're talking about Girlfriends, or are we talking about a different show now?
Different. I thought he went to Issa, so I was trying to think of a different show.
Oh, like Issa Rae?
Yeah.
Or Molly?
Yeah, I don't see you as any of those characters.
What's Issa Rae's character? Like,
Issa Rae is like, she's like a easygoing, awkward
black girl.
yeah, I'm not really awkward.
Yeah.
And Molly,
No, I don't.
I'm probably like smushed in between Molly and Issa, actually.
Yeah, because these characters, they're always exaggerations of.
Yeah, they're the far left and the far
so
right
they're gonna
of
be
whatever it is.
They're gonna be like whatever that personality trait is, to the extreme.
Can I read y'all something?
Read it.
Indeed.
And then I'm just gonna read it, and then y'all react, okay?
Okay.
This is a text message. It's not from me, but it's just a text message. Welcome to my bridal party. I'm so excited to marry the man of my dreams. As you know, this is going to be a very different wedding. We are hoping to do it outside, and understand December is generally a cold month, but it's Oklahoma and it's usually sunny and 70. Just a few things to ask. I handpicked all the dresses and bridesmaids that will be there, and all the dresses will be a size 8. I recommend hitting the gym. No offense to anyone, but I have had this plan since I was in diapers and want it perfect. Your nails need to be cut short and uncolored. Hair needs to be shoulder length and straightened. So if you have short hair, get extensions. No fake tans. As you may know, my best friend isn't the maid of honor and is just going to be a guest. If you don't know why, just ask. We have an understanding. We also want no kids at the ceremony except my flower girl, but she will only be present to throw flowers, and her parents are taking her home. I'm sorry if this seems like a lot of demands, but this isn't special day, and just want it like I always pictured. Please be respectful, and we will have... Please be respectful, and we will have an awesome time. One last thing, I'll be sending my Venmo and Cash App to the ones who haven't paid the $500 donation towards the honeymoon in Hawaii. Love you guys. Can't wait to be a wife.
Respectfully, I noticed she said be respectful. So respectfully, I'm gonna just
Have to
delete that. Respectfully, I'm not going to decline nothing. Respectfully, delete the thread. I don't need
Girl,
that.
what message? I didn't see this.
I don't even need that. I don't even need it. Didn't see it. I don't care. It's none of my business.
Nah, that's too much.
Yeah,
That's wild.
You know what? It's your wedding. You can do whatever you want, and other people can react the way they want. And I'm gonna be like, no, I'm good. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Get out my
Big
face.
facts.
Get out my face.
Big facts.
You want it that way? That's cool. And the people who gonna go along with that, good for them.
So that was a thread on Twitter, and I just happened to like go down and read, and I don't know if this is true, but someone said that this could just be Twitter being Twitter. Someone said that the best friend was actually like a darker skinned woman, and that's why she's not the maid of honor. She's just a guest because she didn't fit the spectrum of everyone else.
Twitter investigators on it. They gonna have her name and address.
Okay. I have a question.
Yeah.
What part of Oklahoma is she in? Because I don't know.
Broken Bow.
I don't know the last part. Last time I was in Oklahoma in the wintertime and it was 70 degrees.
That's what I was trying to figure out because it ain't 70 degrees in Oklahoma.
No, man, she lying.
She
In
in
December?
the panhandle.
Shit.
Not even in the
It's just
panhandle.
cold it's colder in the panhandle.
Yeah.
Oh.
That shit
She
right next to
probably,
Colorado.
she probably just moved there last year, and they just had a few warm days, and she was like, okay, it ain't that bad.
Why the fuck she want to get
December.
married in December? Never mind.
Why in
Peanut was about
December?
to get real mad.
Yeah, why do you want to get married in December and be outside? You want it to be warm, then just choose a month that's probably gonna be warm. You got months that have a higher percentage of chance of being warm.
First of all, why she buy all her dresses in size 8?
Yeah, this I don't know.
Oh, that's all fake news. Somebody just made that up just to be funny.
That's crazy.
They clout chasing.
$500 Venmo Cash App.
Hey man.
For the honeymoon?
Now that could
Not
be
even
real.
for the dresses.
Honestly,
Hey.
that could be real, Nike. It could be real. You can't. There's a lot of people in the world, and they
You
be
right.
saying some crazy.
You right.
People
You
say
right.
crazy
Yeah,
stuff.
but
man,
don't expect me to be in your wedding party.
Hey,
Or
man.
at that
no.
point,
Yeah.
I don't even know if I want to show up.
Hey,
Yeah,
they
like,
wouldn't hear from me until after the wedding.
I'm
I'm
low
quit-
key
I'm-
disrespected that you sent the message to me and expected me
I'm
to
with
go
you,
along
Davell.
with it.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
ignoring
low key.
that.
I'm low key
100%.
disrespected that you sent it to me thinking like, okay, Davell gonna be down. I know that, so let me send it to him.
Right.
Right.
Boom. Like no.
I'm just mad that if it was a real text message, we didn't get, or if it was fake, no one made up responses. Because I want to see what
I
you
need some
would
fake
respond to
responses.
that.
Because nobody responded. They all ghosted her.
I don't know who would respond to that. Like, I'm sure there's somebody be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so, whoever had money and, they fit that
$500.
criteria,
So,
they responded. They
Oh
responded.
yeah,
big
if you fit
facts.
the criteria, even if I fit the criteria, I can
Hey.
still be like,
what's she going for $4,000?
You just added up the $500 thing?
What's she going for
for
4,000?
4 people.
Nah,
Or
for 8 people.
8 people.
She said Hawaii.
She said Hawaii. $4,000 Hawaii.
You ain't potted in a long time.
Yeah, I'm usually, and I have to cough really bad, but I don't want people to think I have COVID.
Oh, she got
Too
that
late.
Roni.
Hey, she
There it
vaccinated.
is.
Hey, she got the
I'm
vid.
big
There
vax.
it is.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
I was holding that in. My voice is getting
Nah,
weaker
but
and weaker.
that girl crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
That
Nah.
girl was wild.
yeah. I mean, for the people that can't do stuff like that, go for it. But I know if any of my friends tried it, just know
Look,
I'm going to act like I didn't get that message like the bell said.
hey, it's nothing wrong with wanting your wedding a certain type of way, blah blah blah, all that stuff. It's perfectly fine. It's your wedding. You want to do all this stuff, but you can't get mad at nobody not wanting to come,
Nope.
I would've
react in a
been
certain
like-
way.
Girl, you bugging. And then they'd be like, Kai left group chat.
I wouldn't even said that.
Oh, no, I'm going to let you know you bugging.
Nah, you would have had to hit me up on the sideline.
Yeah, you would have known. I would have said Davell is leaving the group chat.
Y'all
First
ever
send a
had them
text,
group
then
chats?
you get the message that Davell has left the group chat.
This happens in
that's
girl
another
group
group.
chats all the time. You ever have the group chats where it just takes one person to say something because everyone's afraid to be
Oh,
that
I'm always
person?
that one person.
Oh, I'm going to be that person. And it's like,
Yeah.
we all should do this. And it's just like, girl, no.
Hey.
And then everybody emphasizing your message. Like, I'll take one for the team.
Yeah, they didn't want to say it, but you on
Hey.
you on to something, girl.
And that's why I got an Android. They don't even know if I left. They don't know if I
Wait,
left
can
the
you
group
even
chat.
leave?
No.
Exactly.
No.
He's stuck in the message.
I just delete the
Just
thread.
watching it.
I just
As
delete
soon as
it.
somebody texting it, it's going to come back.
Exactly.
And good thing you ain't got an old Android. It used to come back in separate messages.
Oh,
you ain't even
separate
have a
messages.
thread.
That was
Hey,
bad.
hey, relax, queen. Relax.
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 Who's this
Relax.
number texting me?
Relax.
Relax, queen.
I ain't putting me all out there like that.
I'm sorry about that.
Nah. But, did y'all know,
The most we can do is mute it.
no, did y'all know DMX has his last interview coming out. It's called Uncensored, a show called Uncensored. It's coming on Thursday. His last final interview before his death. It's a 2-hour episode. If y'all do want to check that out.
I know it's dope.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it because it's always weird watching interviews of people like
That has
after
passed away.
like they passed away. So it's gonna be weird because like stuff he says
They always say something that is like reflective
of
on
life.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be
100%.
weird, but I'm definitely gonna watch it. Yeah. So
Shut up.
Do you think he was preparing? Because apparently this album that's coming out, it's supposed to be not really like a posthumous album, but like it's already created. So maybe, and then he was having an interview. Maybe he was preparing for a rollout. Like maybe he was literally about to drop this summer.
oh yeah, he definitely was because he had a whole bunch of featured songs that he had already out with a few people. And then like coming out of the versus battle, like you getting all your numbers and stuff is going up and all that. He was definitely planning to drop, and I think he did say it was in an interview right after verses, and he was saying that he was having new music drop this summer. So this definitely was a part of the rollout. I think that his death just it was just the timing of it just was just unfortunate.
I think there is a DMX and Pop Smoke song.
Yes, it is.
That's gonna be crazy.
Yep,
yeah.
there's a DMX
I like
DMX
that.
and Pop Smoke song. He also has I think Lil Baby or somebody's on there.
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah, he has a few dope features on there.
Hey, then they used to call it the Drake stimulus package, and that's the Lil Baby
It's a
stimulus.
Little Baby stimulus. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, because at this
Gotta
point,
have
people
Lil Baby.
are they just need the name on the track list
Yeah,
because
it's the Lil Baby stimulus package.
That's true. Because it would make me, if I was looking through a track list and I was like, oh, Lil Baby.
yeah, because I mean some of the people that Lil Baby has done features with, we don't even think they would sound great together on a track.
That's true.
Yeah.
You just
That's
need
true.
the name
Yeah.
at this point.
It does intrigue you. Like that Joyner Lucas Lil Baby. I was like, that's, okay, let me listen.
Yeah. I mean, since we all we might as well roll into music.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all follow Bobby Smurder, but he's been teasing new music.
Hey man, shout out to
Hey, I'm here for it.
shout out to Bobby, but
wanna
it's,
hear it.
it's cold.
The first time we're gonna hear Bobby Smurda is on the Migos album that drops June 11th.
Yep.
One day before my birthday.
That's just
That's
what
respect.
I think.
That's respectful of them.
Man, I don't know, man. I think
Drop it
it's
one day
cold
for
for
my birthday.
Bobby.
It's cold.
You think it's gonna go?
I think it's cold for Bobby.
I think, and I know all of the restrictions that everyone keeps saying, but I just feel like he should have had music out.
For sure. That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
he should have hit the ground running. You know, and I understand that they gotta take time to get acclimated back to the regular society and all that shit.
Roddy Rebel didn't. Though.
Man, that nigga, he came out of prison and started jumping right on cars and shit. Got a new chain, got right in the studio and dropped like 10 fucking songs.
Do you think maybe, and this could be possible, maybe it's a lifestyle change for Bobby? Maybe he isn't
possible
the
too.
Bobby that went in. Roddy, not saying that he seems like he's still with all of the shits, but I mean, that's what it seems.
Yeah.
And Bobby seems like...
And Bobby come from a Jamaican family too, right?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it could be the upbringing. You know, someone in his family's like, hey, man, you're gonna have to change. You know, so people change. They
I
grow,
think
man.
he's a little bit lately. He's been seeming a little bit more outside and carefree. So
Enjoying life.
yeah, it's a little different from how he first came out. You know, we seen a little viral moment of like a girl trying to give him a drink and he was like, nah, like I'm on parole and stuff like that. Now we seen him smoking and doing a whole bunch of stuff now. So I think it just he had to wait a little bit, get settled, see what limits he can push, and then.
And let's not forget, well, I know personally, Roddy Rebel was always the better one musically to me.
For sure.
So I think Bobby Shmurda's, a lot of his respect just comes from the way he held it down.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're about to get another hot nigga or Bobby.
Yeah.
Nah.
So
Man, and Rowdy and A Boogie, man, they got a banger.
Yeah.
Roddy and A Boogie, I haven't heard that.
Yeah, Rowdy and A Boogie got that shit is fire. But
It came out like a month ago now.
nah, it just came out, didn't it?
No, it's been out for a minute.
That 9 shit, NYC 9 or whatever.
I'm pretty sure it's been out for a minute.
Yeah, that shit is hard. And I'm not the biggest A Boogie fan, but boy, Rowdy was floating on that shit, bro. He was floating. That shit was hard.
A Boogie and Dirk have something dropping this Friday. I like it.
Did y'all listen to that new Migos song?
Yeah, of course.
Don't
Yeah.
need
Stainless?
straightening.
Straightening? Yes, I
What y'all
said
think?
stainless.
Just some
Take off.
Classic Migos.
It's typical. I mean, it wasn't like, oh, this is like something that I want to play every day.
There was any sweetie bars in there?
Nah.
No. Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
Nah, I think it's time for the Migos to change it, switch it up,
Culture
switch up the
3
content.
coming out June 11th.
Yeah, man.
I think it's gonna be fire. However, I do think that the song wasn't.
No, that they definitely should not have led with that single.
Yeah.
But I think they were going off of the build up from the Justin LeBoy shit.
And that's the thing, right? I don't think like previews and samples work anymore because
I'm so fucking tired of samples.
yeah. Oh, you're talking about sampling on the
Oh,
track.
okay. Yeah, okay, yeah.
No. I'm just saying like the little. You know how they've released like a snippet? A snippet.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. I don't think that works anymore because I knew what that song was gonna sound like before it came out, and I wasn't quick to rush to it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, that sounds annoying already.
Yeah.
Don't know any straightening, but like that's the only part that came out, and I was like, And I literally didn't rush to it. I actually still haven't heard the song in its entirety.
Yeah.
I have not heard the song.
Yeah, the shit-
Which is weird for a Migos song. You think I would have listened to it by now, but I have not listened.
And they
to
say
it.
Takeoff had the best verse on
Take ain't gonna front. Takeoff
Yeah,
got
yeah.
busy. Nigga got busy. It didn't even sound like Takeoff. Like he literally switched up his whole like. You know, people switch their flow and still sound like it did not even sound like him. Yeah, they've been holding back, man. Yeah.
I mean, that's what most people always say is that Takeoff was the best.
Yeah, they said like his lyrically he was the best. That's what a lot of people said. So,
Yeah, Nine Bridge with A Boogie and Rowdy Rebel. I could have swore that just came out, man.
it might have been. I might be thinking of
That just
A
came out.
Boogie.
Yeah, this came out
A
on Friday.
Boogie and Dirk. That's what I might be thinking of.
Nah, that new A Boogie and Rowdy Fire. But yeah, this was a good weekend for a decent weekend for music.
Yep.
Yeah, man, we got we got the Cole, we got Nicki,
Nicki Minaj.
we got young Kodak Black, man. We got 21 Savage.
21 Savage has a whole the Spiral.
Yeah, Spiral. For a little 4-pack, but that's more than what we got previously. So
I know the ladies is happy that Itty Bitty Piggy is on streaming services.
I had it downloaded from YouTube.
Oh, okay.
But
Dom said
Converter.
Dom said
she did a
I'm gonna
YouTube
find a
converter.
way. I'm gonna find a way.
yeah,
I'm about to say,
you know,
I
I used to back in my college days, I used to like DJ little parties, and so I used to always anybody could see it coming, but I used to go straight from Itty Bitty Piggy to You Got to Dump. And so that, I had to download that.
It ain't broke, don't fix it.
at
Amen.
all.
Hey man,
But,
shout out to Big Soldier.
How
He said he produced that, by the way.
He did.
It's fact.
That's the same beat.
yeah, is it?
It's the same beat.
It is.
No, it's the exact same, but he was just saying like, "Hey, I produced that."
Yeah.
What did y'all think about Seeing Green?
Man, 3-headed goat. Yeah.
I thought that I thought Wayne went. Drake not standing. It's not coming to my mind, honestly.
Man, it sound vintage.
Yeah.
Everything Drake puts out sounds vintage, though. Have you noticed that? Like, and I don't even know if it's not the verse, but the song. Like, the song can come out. What's the last song that Drake just put out?
Wants and needs.
Is that the little
Scary
baby
hours.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it sound like you heard it. Like, it's like when Drake releases a song, I know the words already.
Yeah.
That is a.
Like, it sounds like, why am I singing this? This is my first time hearing it.
Yeah, man.
I know that I liked Wayne's verse the best.
Man, Wayne that sound like 05 Wayne.
Yeah, that was.
I liked that Wayne.
Which originally it was just Wayne and Drake track, and Drake gave it to Nicki.
So that mixtape that she dropped,
That makes sense.
like what the first 3 songs were only new songs, right?
Yeah.
And then the rest were just her beat me up,
And
Scotty.
I listened to it, and she was like, I had writer's block on Instagram Live. She was like, I got writer's block, and Drake sent me this track, and Drake single-handedly helped me get out of my writer's block, helped me get back in my bag, yada yada. And I listened to the very first song is Seeing Green, and then it is Fractions, and what's the other one? Something with like some Caribbean shit. And I listened to those. Yeah, I listened to those 3 songs, and I was like, yeah, thank God Drake did that for Nicki, because
100%.
it did that song compared to the other 2. It just does not sound the same. It sounded like she was just rapping to be rapping on the other 2 tracks, and
on you talking about Fractions and
they didn't sound.
So
honestly, I think she would probably had put them out as like a single. They wouldn't have done nothing.
I think Fractions is the standout track.
Well, for me, Fractions, she started out very strong. Like, the first half of the song, I was very, like, I was in it. Like, I was like, whoa, okay, Nicki going. Then the second half of the song, I kind of lost a little bit of interest. Like, maybe just towards the end. But I still thought overall, I thought it was good. But I just noticed that the very first half of the song, I was like, okay, Nicki going. Like, she said one bar that I was like, okay, this is nice. She was.
Oh, she need her New Jersey like word Camden.
Oh, yeah,
she said a few. Yeah, she said a few of
That's
it, and she said a few, and I was like, okay, Nicki going. But towards the second half, I kind of just even started tuning out.
I know she
almost.
said like even on floor seats you couldn't see the team. That was hard.
Yeah, she was doing her thing.
But I just be wishing like I could be LeBron James and like A&R tracks for fun. Like, 'cause that's not his job.
Yeah,
but,
he's
he
doing
do
it
it
for
for
fun.
fun. Because I went to hear Nicki Minaj and Travis Scott. I think it sounded good. And she tried to do the like sicko mode, like keep flipping the beat and style over and over again. And it was good, but I just wanted somebody else on it.
Yeah,
That was it.
I can see that.
Yeah, it was for the most part. I think Sing Green was a standout. It sounded like we heard that Nicki before. You know, we heard that Nicki before on Fractions, and they just seem like throwaways to me. But I'm glad she's back, and she can get a spot and just unblock Young Miami from Instagram because she wants to really follow you.
Yeah, please unblock Young Miami or Young Nicki, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right, is that all we got?
New music. So say let's play this.
Yeah, we can get in it.
All right. So my say let's play this is going to be actually my little cousin Protege just released a new song called One Call. He's actually doing a challenge right now. If you go follow him on Instagram, and he has his latest post. He has instructions, and he's paying people's phone bills. He's paying 6 lucky people phone bills. So check it out. Got a video doing numbers on YouTube. I think it did 20,000 in one day views on YouTube. Yeah. So Protege One Call. Here we go.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I can see a little dance challenge to that.
Yeah, that
TikTok.
sounds like
That sounds very like
it's on Billboard or
it's
like
already
Lil
white
TJ
girls
or something.
going crazy to it right now.
yeah, video is really dope. Yeah, if you haven't checked out Protege yet, definitely check him out. You might see him, and he might be a familiar face. He's been on the show Atlanta. He's been on Black Lightning. He's got a leading role in the new 50 Cent series BMF, and he just got word that he's gonna be in BT's Tale. So he's gotten a chance to work with 50 Cent and Irv Gotti. So yeah, he the young goat for sure.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to him.
That's what's up. That sounds like could be on the trailer of a movie. I wouldn't be surprised if it makes it. So
Yeah, that's a summer jam. A vacation jam.
My say let's play this. Have y'all seen the Terrell show on YouTube? Do y'all watch that show?
no,
It's
fill us in.
it's like it's a guy who he's worked as an executive producer on Fox, so he has really ties with all those singing shows like The Voice and all those things. So he brings a lot of contestants on from his show, and they play a game of song association. But I mean, this guy has a thing for scoping out talent. There has not been a person. One, there's always people that I've never heard of, and they can literally sing from their lungs. And so this is someone I discovered from that show. Your phone just locked.
Oh my bad.
But yeah, I discovered her name is Jalen Josie from the show, and so this is one of her songs.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah, yeah.
That is hard.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
song's
that's
called
hard.
"Death of a Black Girl" by
That is
Jalen
hard.
Josie.
That is hard. That sound like Is she playing instrument?
Honestly, I don't know, but definitely go check out her
That sound like
Terrell show episodes. It's
some,
fire.
some Chloe and Halle.
Yeah, I
Yes.
do.
All right, so this right here is
My new swag.
this is
Somebody playing the music on their phone.
is it? Yeah, that was me probably.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that was me. I don't know. All right, this is my boy Tusi. It's called "In My Eyes."
Fire.
Shit's so hard. Boy, that's cold. Oh yeah.
Tusi actually put out a really good project. I was surprised.
Man, you was?
I was actually.
I wasn't. I was surprised by that intro for sure, but I was
Yeah,
surprised by
the intro
overall
was
good
good.
project.
And I actually like the 5-5 with Lotto.
Yeah,
Big
yeah,
Lotto.
yeah. They got a sample on that joint, right?
Yeah.
And I'm tired of samples, but yeah,
When it's done right.
yeah, that was good. It's a good album.
Yeah, so shout out to Peanut for putting me on Shelly, FK John.
That album fire, bro.
I was gonna play something, then on the way here, me and Dom was listening to it, and this song really, I was just messing with it.
That's a good album,
I
right?
was messing
Yeah.
with
That
it.
shit is good, boy.
So this is the lay down with her.
So good.
Man, shout out to
That's
Drum.
real music.
Man, that's beautiful.
That's
When
crazy.
we were in the car on the way here, I literally had to tweet me A&Ring again. I want a collab project with Shelly and Solange. I think that would be really good.
Dom be having ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, man. All right. So go ahead and do. Anybody got any flowers they want to give to anybody?
I will give my flowers. I give my flowers to Maul, man, for being a real stand-up guy, man. I really like Peanut said. Like I know it's a lot of people that didn't care for Maul on the podcast, like his podcasting style and things like that. But one thing you can't say about Maul is that he's not a real dude, and I respect that. And how he arrived for somebody 1,000%. I give my flowers to Maul.
Hey, shout out.
That's what's up, man.
I'll give some flowers to Black women. in
Okay,
general.
show me up.
No. It's strategic.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I want to give my flowers to my wife and my daughter. She is the greatest thing that ever happened to me, and I'm pretty sure she probably up wondering where I'm at. But Daddy love you for sure, man. Fatherhood is amazing. Yeah.
Shout out.
Okay, y'all going crazy with these.
They
flowers.
going crazy, right?
Listen,
I'm not even
I wish
about
I
to get no
should.
flowers.
I wish I didn't go
I'm
first.
not even saying nothing now.
I'm
yeah.
looking at Maul sideways now, like.
Yeah, so any say let's do more? I know Dom, you had one.
My say let's do more is also for Black women. That's why I want to also give us our flowers. But in watching the See the Thing Is podcast and hearing Mandy and Mandy even broke into tears and hearing them talk to the therapist and hearing what Black women were saying to them about a situation they had no idea about. And oftentimes it is Black women putting other Black women down, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's oftentimes Black women who don't believe Megan or feel like they have to choose a side, and no one is telling you to pick a side. There's no right or wrong. And speaking of sexual harassment, right? When a woman feels uncomfortable, a woman just feels uncomfortable, and you can't tell her that it's not harassment, but you also can't tell another woman to be accountable for her harassment, because Bridget is a strong, let's call her an alpha female, who she knows Joe. She knows his performative action. She knows that's her friend. I could brush that shit off. That shit, he did say some wild shit, but it didn't affect me the way it affected Olivia, right? And that is fair. Not every woman is going to take to harassment the same, and not every woman is going to deal with it the same. And so we can't scream protect Black women, let's protect Olivia, and then you're over here shaming Mandy and Bridget for what you think they should have done, and you had no idea what they did do or how they did feel about the situation. And so yeah, we just have to be better when we talk about protecting Black women, and know we can't protect one and put down another.
Because you see a lot of that on Twitter, boy.
Literally.
Man, that shit, boy. Yeah, Black women be killing each other on there.
I got on the good app, and we're about to wrap up. I know, I'm sorry. I got on the good app Clubhouse that just came and died quicker than Jesus rose again. But there was a Clubhouse that I was in, and there was just women that was like, yeah, Joe was wrong, but let's talk about Mandy and Bridget. And it's just like, no, this is what we often do. We try to take the blame away from the man. Let's call him on his shit and say he was wrong without having to pull the co-host in for not defending her. He shouldn't have said it for them to have to defend. And so, yeah, roses to Black women and do more for Black women.
Okay, I see what you did there. I like that. I like that a lot.
I don't think nobody want to go after that.
Nah.
Dang. Yeah, I send him home. All right. Well, that is a wrap for episode 46 of the Say Less podcast. Make sure you follow us on social media at The Say Less Pod. That's at The Say Less Pod. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Say Less Podcast. And if you have any questions, feel free to DM or email us at
SayLessPodcast4@gmail.com, and the Say Less Podcast, the number 4 @gmail.com.